put yourself smack dab in it. Hey, tomorrow, it don't go away. On the freedom, just might come away.
So I got Ukraine, and I remember going over convincing our team, or others, to convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired.
Want to get it off your chest? Call the Dave Weinbaum Show. They accuse this show of being run by boobs. Well, let me tell you something about us boobs. We're real and we're spectacular. Want politics and fun sprinkled with a lot of laughs? You're in the right place. Heard in 50 states and 98 countries, we just put 11 years of radio excellence into the can. Now, in our 12th year, the Dave Weinbaum Show is on the air.
You know, I was going to be a psychic, but there's no future in it. Al Green, though, was psychic when he said they had to impeach Trump or he'd get reelected. And Adam Schiff just confirmed it. They don't just want Trump impeached and removed. They want to steal his and our votes, our legacy, by destroying the results of the 2016 election and then fix the 2020 election. Why? They hate him. Why? Because he and his AG, Bill Barr, and U.S. Attorney John Durham are about to reveal a scandal so deep, many of the State Department, DOJ, including the FBI and intel leaders of the past, and Bob Mueller are about to be accused in
Mueller.
Thank you, Stan. I love the timing.
Yeah.
are about to be accused in some crimes over the 2016 election, and then trying to overthrow against Donald Trump, the President of the United States. And here's a newsflash just hours ago. Rudy Giuliani shows up on Fox and tells him about the investigation he started 2 years ago in the Ukraine. Not Russia, The Ukraine. This is before Joe Biden announced he was going to run for president, and they came to him. You're going to see a complete reverse on who was responsible for meddling in the 2016 election. It was Ukraine. They are deeply infested with many Democrats, along with Joe Biden, who are scamming money off our taxpayers via the Ukraine. It was so deep that Biden was on the take for tens of millions of dollars. And that's what Giuliani was going to be reporting on starting today and next week. Yeah, the Ukraine was where Hunter was given over $1 million a year, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Biden's brother got a $500 million deal in Iraq for housing. Multi-millions. And Hunter got a $1.5 billion deal in China. Why shouldn't that be investigated? How does that happen? He has no talent in any field. He was given a job. And part of that is tied to the United States taxpayers. That's our money, folks. And then there's Nancy and her son involved, and Kerry and his stepson involved. And, you know, like the mafia, you got to pay up, you know. You don't just go out. This is almost like a Sicilian movie, you know. You don't just keep the money. You got to pay to the top. So they have to wonder, how much did Hillary get? How much did Nancy get? How much did Kerry get? How much did Mueller get? Comey, McCabe, Rosenstein, Barack Hussein Obama. You think they're going to get money to Biden and not have to pass it up to Obama? Ever wonder how a guy who just paid off his student loans when he became president is suddenly worth like 250 million bucks? I don't recall him giving that many speeches since he's been out of office. Do you? Listen to Rudy. And let's get the Dems out of the Senate before they make that a homeless state, just like San Francisco. Or am I wrong? Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. I'm Dave Weinbaum, your radio talk show host, and I'm here with Stan Hines. Hi, Stan.
Hey, how you doing?
And my lovely bride, with her broken humerus, which is not funny, is here finally. Can you pull the mic to you with the other arm, honey? And not belch in it, please?
Am I allowed to speak now?
You can speak.
Oh,
just
okay.
not belch.
Okay.
Move the mic away from you if you need to belch. She's
Great.
been belching all the way here.
Me. It was
No, that was you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for the directions and instructions.
Oh, you're welcome. No. That's why I'm the host, and
Now,
I have to
can
protect
I
my
move this
audience.
now, or how am I going to eat?
Well, you can't eat you can't make noise while you're eating, so you got to move the mic away.
Oh, I'll turn the
I'm
mic
hearing all sorts of stuff when you're eating, and that's
so
not right.
I can move it again.
You know,
now?
you know what I think we should do just to punish you.
What?
We ought to have a.
Being here is punishment enough, isn't it?
Well, no, what, did I make you come in? Did I drag you down the
Yes.
stairs and make you get in the car?
Practically.
I just asked you politely, are you coming to the show today?
Yeah, it was
because
just like
we
that.
miss you.
do
Yeah.
miss you.
You're a
It was
big part of
just
the
like
show. Sorry.
He's getting all choked
Okay,
up now.
I'm getting all choked up, and meanwhile, I don't know if we got a call. I guess we got a caller. I have no idea who this is, JJ. But what's your name and where are you calling from?
This is JJ from Snowy Rolla, Missouri.
All right. Well, we played your song, and everybody sings. Come on. Doolittle. Owensville. St. Louis, Chi-Town, San Francisco, Branson.
That's kind of a lame intro, Dave.
Lame?
Well, it's a little lame. I can't hear the music on my end.
Are you serious? How come we can't hear the music?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm serious. It's a heart attack.
Did you hear it last year? Did you hear it last week?
Well, of course.
But you don't hear it
So
today.
maybe I'm not tuned into the air signal. Maybe I'm on the Q bus or something. Who knows?
I don't know, but that'll be interesting to figure out. All right. Well, anyways.
You know,
Hear
Dave,
you. That's
Dave,
what
this
counts.
is live radio. Live radio can.
I
do all
know.
sorts of
Trust me, I
stuff.
know this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured that out over the
Surprise,
years.
surprise.
Well, anyways, we had a song and it was good, and you'll just have to take our word for it or listen to the podcast on DaveWeinbaum.net. What's under that tinfoil hat of yours today? I know there's got to be something.
Number one, I got a question for you. Have you been watching the impeachment trial?
I watch it in pieces because it is really tough to stomach. I mean, it'll drive you crazy after a while because it's all repetitive of what they did in the House, only it's louder and it's longer. Well, what are your thoughts?
You know, I'm not able to watch it for any more than short segments.
Yeah, me
because
too.
It turns my stomach. But one of the interesting takeaways I found from it, though, is Schiff and Nadler are repeating the same points over and over and over again, as though repeating them incessantly will somehow make them valid. And if you look at the scans of the audience in the Senate there, the jurors, these people are bored beyond tears. Some of them look suicidal because they don't want to be there. Even the Dems that are in there are looking just thoroughly bored. And the takeaway from that I saw was that this thing doesn't have a chance of passing in the Senate. Maybe there is the witness thing coming up. That may be add a little bit of spice to it. But you know, early on they were talking about calling Giuliani as a witness against Trump, and now Giuliani's got the dirt on Joe Biden. I wonder how that's going to work out. I wonder if that's going to back these liberals off a little bit on calling witnesses because they expose themselves to serious problems there.
Yeah.
What's your take on it?
Well, my take is that I think the Trump lawyers, all these brilliant lawyers, and Mitch, thus far, have dropped the damn ball. Okay? They gave so much time to these senators with all these. I thought they were going to have 50 amendments. I guess they ended up only with 5. But they got so much time to lie about Trump in this case that the defense was not ready for. Our defense was not ready for that. And now they've used up all the prime time in the week, and even Trump said it today. He tweeted it out. Well, here we go. We get to defend ourselves on Saturday, better known as the dead TV day. Okay? I don't think we've been handling this brilliantly, personally, and I think we let them call witnesses. I think we call witnesses. Now we call Hunter Biden. Now we call Joe Biden. We can call anybody. We can call anybody from the Obama. Let's call Obama. Let's call Mueller.
You know, there's another take that can be made for that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, allowing the defense. You know, a lot of folks work for a living. I don't. I'm retired, so I can watch this stuff anytime I want. But, you know, those folks that are interested in this and work for a living have Saturday and Sunday to watch this thing.
Well, that'll be interesting to see what the ratings are. I think I think you have a chance of being right on this.
The ratings have gotta be
because I have to trust your
no matter
opinions because
what.
you are right about a lot of things.
Oh, God bless you.
And God knows you outage me by almost about 180 years there.
Yeah, but I don't beat you out on wisdom, so I'm
don't count yourself out. That's what wives do to you. Oh, I'm sorry. Mine's sitting here giving me a bad look.
And this is why I'm
No,
here.
Lisa mentioned punishment earlier today, and her punishment is marrying you. So let's.
Well, you may just make her feel very, very good. Anyways.
Now we're having fun.
Yeah, now we're having fun.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. You have a
Well,
great
thank you.
weekend. Thank you once again. You have another thing?
I have another thing.
Go.
Just,
Hell,
quick
you're great.
mention
Go.
Of, Virginia's Second Amendment gathering. 22,000 people, no problems. My take on that is if that was a Democrat get-together, they probably would have burned the Virginia State House down.
Well, they have now voted that they can come and confiscate your guns.
Yeah,
And a strictly
Northam
party vote there.
Yeah, the Virginia legislature and governor doubled down on their attempts.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump even made mention of that the other day that he will not allow Second Amendment rights to be trampled. So we'll see how this comes out.
Well, people are going to become. I have a piece on my website, DaveWeinbaum.net, on how a couple of cops came out to visit somebody they thought was maybe going to do something at the parade, and it was very interesting that he gave them a little lecture about them coming out there and wondering if they were trying to get him to give up his guns or give up other people or whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
one last thing, Dave.
Starting.
Trump is going to be at the March for Life. And
Yeah, and that's
this is
something.
the first.
Yeah.
And you are going to be sitting at my table at the Pregnancy Resource Center, if you'll allow me to have you at my table.
I'm actually
there.
invited to your table.
Oh yeah.
Good grief!
I
better wear some.
What are you
I
nuts?
better wear some nice clothes.
I get an extra slice of cheesecake if I do that.
Oh, God bless you, Dave. Great show. I love it every
And
day.
you'll have your lovely bride with you. Is that correct?
Oh, she'll be there right next
Okay.
to you.
All right. Thank you, my friend. God bless.
Bless you, Dave.
All
Good
right.
day.
Thanks. Listen, we got a great show coming up. Oh, I have another caller. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Brian from Salem.
Hiya, Brian. How you doing, my man?
Pretty good, but we got a problem in the state of Missouri.
Yeah.
The governor has decided that he would allow refugees from bad countries, shall we say, to be accepted and resettled in Missouri. Someone told me about this, and of course I wanted to do my homework, so I didn't get to call you last week like I would have liked to. But I did call the actual governor himself, well, his office anyway,
Yeah.
and they did confirm that he did consent to having these refugees accepted into Missouri.
And these are refugees, you say. Are these illegal aliens, or are they legal aliens, or what?
My impression was that they come from like Muslim countries, like from where all the wars is happening over there in Arabia.
Okay.
And I suppose there might be some of the other kind too, which a lot of them from Arabia are infiltrating into the southern countries, Guatemala, Mexico, down in there, and then coming up here. So it kind of doesn't matter. We still have the same danger. And I think we need to call the governor and chew him out until he straightens this out and stops them from coming in here anymore.
And his name is Parsons, and he's a Republican. Is that correct?
I think he's a Republican. I did not ask that.
Pretty sure he is.
His name is Mike Parsons, yes. And I have
Yeah.
his phone number for his office
it out.
in Jeff City.
You got it?
All right.
Tell everybody.
All right. The governor's number is area code 573-751-3222. Wait
Wait a minute. That's my number. Hold on. Oh no, that's right. I'm sorry.
Say it again.
573-751-3222.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And if you want to get a hold of your
Yeah.
Missouri House member and senator,
Yeah.
it varies by district, and your listening area is big enough, I would say it probably covers at least 2 districts, if not more. So
Okay.
I'm going to give you the info line that you call, and they will tell you based on your address.
Okay,
they'll
give it
tell
out.
you-
Hurry up. I got to go. Come on. I got commercials
Okay.
to do.
It's 573-751-2000. So 573-751-2000.
All right. Thank you for your advice, and thank you for calling the show, Brian.
Talk to you
You
later.
have a good weekend. All right. Stan's got something. I don't know what the hell he's got. Let's figure it out. He doesn't know what the hell he's
Probably
got.
not
I
contagious.
am for open immigration, but that sign we have in the front of the Statue of Liberty, give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses. Can't we just say, hey, the door's open, we'll take whoever you got? Do we have to specify the wretched refuse? I mean, why don't we just say, give us the unhappy, the sad, the slow, the ugly, people that can't drive, if they have trouble merging, if they can't stay in their lane, if they don't signal, can't parallel park, if they're sneezing, if they're stuffed up, if they're clogs, if they have bad penmanship, don't return calls, if they have dandruff, food between their teeth, if they have bad credit, if they have no credit, Mr. Spot Shaving. In other words, any dysfunctional, defective slob that you can somehow cattle prod onto a wagon, send them over. We want it.
All right, we're back on the show. And Stan, you got my mic on, I hope? Beautiful. And we're back on the show. We have a great show today. We got the Rabbi. I talked to him yesterday. It was an amazing interview. And we've got... I'll tell you what. We had an incredible weekend with the Rabbi. He stayed with me last week. He was on the show in person, and we had some really interesting adventures over that weekend. Then we got Laura the Illuminator. They're actually naming a law for Laura in Florida. She's going to be talking about that. And the Elad Hakim, I can't wait to talk to him about the impeachment. Because I disagree. Lawyers are not to be depended on for political outlooks unless they are educated in that nature. If they're just lawyers, they don't get that. This is a political trial. It's not a legal trial. You couldn't get away with the stuff they're getting away with now in a legal trial. They would have been thrown out of the courtroom. They have no case. All right, but it's not. It's a political trial. It's about who you can get to listen to you and when. It's about TV ratings. It's about social media. And I think we've dropped the ball. And I think the president had the right instincts going into this. Yeah, we'll just leave it on the lawyers. Well, I wonder what he thinks now. I think he wants to go in there and fight like crazy. And I think possibly he should. I've already told him in a tweet. All right, and then we've got DeAnna, Lorraine, who's running against Nancy Pelosi up there in San Francisco. She's going to have a lot to talk to. And by the way, I haven't been talking to this woman for a couple of weeks, and she is my, Stan's personal shrink. That's Amy Cooper Hakim. All right, we have a caller. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chester from north of Doolittle.
Well, hello, Chester. How are you?
As the son of immigrants, I want to talk to about the previous caller a little bit there.
Okay.
You got a real problem. You got to stop with the knee-jerk reaction. What the president has done is unlike Barack Hussein Obama, who is doing just taking illegal aliens and scattering them across the country as though they were refugees. This president is saying, no, there's a refugee process, and oh, by the way, if the state wants to accept them, they will certify in writing that that's what they're willing to do. And that's what the governor has done. The governor of Missouri has signed on saying he's willing to accept refugees. Refugees are people who come from foreign countries, like practically all of our ancestors did, and they're coming to this country to become Americans. Now, there may be a problem with certain individuals, and that's what screening is all about. But when you want to jump around and start knee-jerk reaction that we got to fight against refugees, you're going to go down the political.
Yeah, and that's why I asked them if they were legal or not, and
yes,
I'm not sure the answer to that.
That's what the definition of refugee is. Refugee definition is legal.
Okay.
They're not illegal migrants. These are legal refugees who are coming in for many, many good reasons. Now, if there are illegals, they're not included.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
So just
and while we're on the
for
subject,
your previous caller,
they,
take that into consideration.
While we're on the subject, they started another caravan coming out of Guatemala.
Right.
And you know what? We didn't stop them. The Mexican police stopped them. The
So
Mexican
far, so
army
good, yes.
stopped them.
That's
and they
right.
sent them. They didn't send them back to Guatemala. They sent them to Ecuador.
That's what they're
Okay.
supposed to do.
And that's what that's the another great thing Trump has done. Instead of getting to our border, they're not getting through the Mexican border anymore.
Right.
How
So
about
what-
that?
Yeah, so when you have Republican presidents and Republican governors doing what they're supposed to be doing, the last thing we need is a bunch of knee-jerk reactionaries from Missouri jumping up and saying, no, we can't do that. We got to be bigots. Can't do that.
Okay. Well, thank you, Chester. That was a very good argument. If he's wrong, if you think he's wrong, give me a call. 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their r1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
When you're ready to find the best steak in Rolla, head over to Sydney's at 707 North Pine in downtown Rolla. All their steaks are aged 30 days and hand-cut to perfection. This weekend is Ribeye Weekend. Get a 16-ounce ribeye steak with Sydney's signature spice blend and 2 sides only $14.99. And choose Sydney's with over 100 different whiskeys, scotches, and bourbons and over a dozen draft beers to complement the best steak around. Call 426-3707 for reservations. Lunch specials on Facebook. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 1:30 a.m. daily.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel and Henry Company. Daniel and Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel and Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
J.T. Colton was a steak-loving man, and his tradition of serving up the finest mesquite-grilled steaks east of El Paso lives on today at Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. But lots of folks say it's our fun, casual, throw your peanut shells on the floor attitude that keeps them coming back again and again. Either way, we're determined to keep you happy and to make J.T. proud. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. We know what's at stake.
Colton Steakhouse in Rolla.
This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home in Rolla. Since 1924, Null & Son Funeral Home has had the honor of serving families throughout Phelps County. Today, families can select a funeral service, burial, or cremation and have it tailored to fit their specific needs in order to honor the memory of their loved one in a personal and meaningful way. At Null & Son Funeral Home, we offer information that will help you make decisions that are just right for you and your family.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, the entire impeachment drama comes back to one person, the whistleblower. Democrats want you to believe this person is all of a sudden unimportant to their case against the president.
We don't even need the whistleblower's original complaint. It's all there, clear as day, in the transcript and in these text messages.
Given that we already have the call record, we don't need the whistleblower who wasn't on the call to tell us what took place during the call.
But tonight, the Ingram angle obtained exclusive documents that show just how important he or she is. Now, we got our hands on a batch of State Department emails from May of last year. The chain centers on a request from the New York Times reporter Ken Vogel. Now, you might remember he's the former Politico reporter who wrote this story about Ukrainian efforts to hobble Trump's presidential run in 2016. Oh, but that's just a conspiracy theory, right?
Yeah, you're going to hear more about this, a lot more, all right? And I don't know if this is part of Rudy Giuliani's investigation, but you know what you got here? You got Ukrainians meeting on January 20th of 2016. Now I'm thinking to myself, they're meeting on the first day of President Trump's. No, this was not the inauguration. That was 2017. 2016 was exactly a year before. They're meeting in the White House. Why are these people meeting in the White House? One of whom they allege is the whistleblower, and a bunch of Ukrainians, and a bunch of people in our State Department. Oh, my goodness. Remember all these witnesses that came out against Trump? Remember all those times they were replaying these witnesses? Kent and the rest of those guys? They're all connected to this. They were all Hillary supporters. And the Ukraine was where the pro-Hillary stuff and anti-Trump stuff came. Okay? They made up the Russian hoax. You know what? It's like, it's like they showed you and then they diverted you to Russia. Ukraine was the real problem. And Trump caught wind of this. All right? So the stuff about Rudy Giuliani and stuff is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Okay? Anyways, we're back in the show. We're gonna do the rabbis. We're gonna do the rabbis interview, and hold on. All right, we're gonna do the rabbis interview right now. Hit it, Stan.
Yeah, 1 second, Dave. You were talking to another rabbi? Sounds like you're cheating on me.
No, actually, I'm cheating with you on him because he was the first rabbi. Listen to this. I got rabbis fighting over me. This is kind of weird. This man travels the world uniting Christians and Jews, official rabbi to the state of Missouri and the Dave Weinbaum Show, and future rabbi to the Trump Third Temple Hotel, Golf Course, Casino, and Spa. Please welcome Rabbi Moshe Rothchild. There you go. Oh, my gosh. That's all the way to Judea and Samaria, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Hey, we had a few adventures this past weekend. Tell everyone what happened at the Greater New Hope Baptist Church in East St. Louis.
Yes, that was quite an experience. You know, as Dave said, I travel the world uniting Christians and Jews, which I do. So I had an opportunity. I was in the States to speak at the East St. Louis Greater New Hope Baptist Church, which is an African-American church. So this was new to me. And I invited Dave to come along and Pastor Pat from St. James with her friend Bridget. And I spoke there, and it was groundbreaking. it was an incredible experience to hear the music and to see the reception was incredible. But I think what was really special is that I suggested there that Pastor Pat bring on one Sunday her church to East St. Louis. Take a bus ride, bring them in a bus, a church bus, and share the service with this church in East St. Louis. So I think that, it was very well received by both pastors, and that is something that I feel can really be groundbreaking, again, in the battle against racism, and in the battle against anti-Semitism, is getting communities to meet each other face to face. And that, at the end of the day, I think is the solution, when people meet face to face.
Now, Pastor Johnson called me up to the stage and was introducing me, and I think he made a mistake because he said, your name is Pastor Weinbaum? So I said, no, I don't think so. I'm just another Jewish guy with him. So I think he meant to call up Pastor Pat, so I have to apologize there. But I stayed up the whole time. I sat on stage, and I was dancing with the choir.
Right. So Pat can be a boy's name or a girl's name. So maybe he thought you were. You never know.
Yeah.
But go to DaveWeinbaum.net. I think that is. Did you put up the video of you at
Yeah,
the,
we got it
at the
there.
church
We got
stage?
it on my Facebook page. Me dancing with the choir right there. And you don't see the audience, but you see the choir singing, and the director, who was just amazingly talented. That guy was sharp.
Yeah, that was.
Anyways, it was as I told the rabbi, we didn't just break the ice there. We blew up the glacier, the separation between Christians, Jews, and blacks and Jews. I mean, it was something to behold, ladies and gentlemen. I got to tell you.
Right.
Now,
and then, by the way, the listeners should know that this is not going to be a one-time event. This opens a lot of doors, and we're going to be doing a lot more of this kind of thing, of bringing African-American pastors together to Israel, bringing white churches and African-American churches together. We're going to be doing a lot more of this, because this really opened a lot of eyes and a lot of doors.
Now, I got to give my wife a little credit, because we originally set this up in St. Louis, and she, as an event manager, did the scut work to get these people invited so that we could make acquaintances with them. And the pastor of that church actually went to Israel to be tour guided by who?
That's right, by yours truly.
There you go.
That was the result of the event. At least she organized all the details of it. So, you really see God's hand, how, one event just seems to lead to the next. One event opens another door.
So that's just
Amazing.
one of the things that happened this past weekend. Friday afternoon, you're talking to your friend, is it Tom Baggett? Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Pastor Tom
and
Baggett.
so tell us what happened there.
So that was interesting. Pastor Tom Baggett was one of the first Christians I ever met about 8-9 years ago. And unfortunately enough, a little while ago he got divorced. But I was reconnecting with him, and on Friday afternoon we spoke on the phone, and he shocked me when he said, "Hey, I'm getting married, and how would you like to perform the ceremony tomorrow on Saturday night after the Shabbat?" In other words, that's 24 hours later. I was stunned, but my initial reaction was, of course, I would love to do that. So he said, "Well, we also need 2 witnesses." So I asked Dave and his lovely wife, Lisa, if they'd be willing to come. So Saturday night, the 3 of us, me, Dave, and Lisa, piled in the car, went to a hotel in Rolla, Missouri, and I officiated for the first time at a wedding that was not between 2 Jews. It was a non-Jewish wedding.
Yeah.
And what a night that was. That was really spectacular.
That was
a lot of
amazing,
fun.
and Lisa and I took the pictures, and then we noshed a little bit afterwards. He brought kosher stuff to eat.
Yeah.
So how about that?
That's right.
That was just an amazing weekend, I think.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm exhausted.
That was,
but you're not even tired, and you just got off a plane.
Yeah.
You're at
yeah.
home in Efrat, Israel, right?
Yeah, I just got back to Israel about 3 hours ago, and I jumped in a cab, and now I'm home. I'm ready to put everything that we did there. I'm ready to start building on it, and I always feel like after these trips, I'm on such a high. So many good things always happen. I got to just right away capitalize and move ahead. So
Well, maybe that's how we know that God kind of wants us to do this. Kind of wants you, likes what you're doing, okay? And is encouraging you to do more. And I'm feeling that from my small contributions that I feel that. I feel that spirit, so to speak. Hey, the UN ambassador envoy tells Iranians Jews are on your side. In other words, he's telling the population of the Iranians that the Jews are on their side and not the Ayatollahs. What about other Arab nations?
Look, well, first let me comment on the Jew, but that's completely true. There are many Persian, Iranian Jews that left when and if they could get out when the Ayatollah came to power in 1979, 1980, and they had very good relationships with their Iranian neighbors and friends. It was, again, the problem was the Ayatollah that from the top down who was destroying the country. The Iranians have a reputation of being like very good, very solid, good people. And it's, and they're protesting against that. And, and I think I'm hoping that with the support of the U.S. and maybe other Arab nations that maybe they'll topple the Ayatollah.
Yeah. Hey, in Israel right now, the world leaders are meeting for the Holocaust Forum. How's that going?
Yeah. Wow, that was like almost messianic. There were about 50 or so world leaders that gathered here for the celebration or commemoration, I should say, of the liberation of Auschwitz, and it was unbelievable. They only expected like maybe 5 or 10 world leaders, but one after the other, kings, prime ministers, piled in, including Vice President Mike Pence was here, and the president of Germany, got up. He said that how ashamed he feels of what happened, that he feels guilty. It was just unbelievable to see so many nations of the world acknowledging the Holocaust. And we're living in an age where there's a lot of Holocaust denial and revision going on, and anti-Semitism, and to see so many world leaders together condemning and remembering, that was extremely encouraging.
That's called fighting back and not hiding and letting it happen. Those who let things happen to them generally lose to those who make things happen. So where can people find and contribute to you?
Well, they can go to my website, israelalliance.org, israelalliance.org. We would love to hear from you.
Rabbi, did you hear about the wide receiver who married the tight end?
No, I didn't.
The marriage wasn't much, but the receptions was fabulous. Rabbi Moshe, Rothchild, all the way from Efrat, Israel. Thank you so much for being my friend and a star on the Dave Weinbaum Show. Shabbat Shalom to Yonit and the kids.
Shabbat Shalom.
Bye.
All the best. You got it. Hi, Lisa. Bye.
And that was a pass all the way from Rolla, Missouri to almost Jerusalem in Israel. Can you imagine? I can't believe this guy. When he comes to Rolla, he stays at my house, my humble abode, literally humble abode, and he does, he's a religious Jew. He does everything. He is praying and working all the time. Every little thing that has to do with the Sabbath, he's doing. He can't open a refrigerator door. The only thing I saw him doing, he opens a door to get out of the house or get into the house. Wow. Something like that. But he can't drive. He can't turn on a light. He can't turn off a light. The rules are very strict, and he does it and it's very meaningful for him. Now he slept after his prayers. I got up early Saturday. I think it was like 5 o'clock. He was already down there praying, and prayed for hours. And then mostly he slept in the afternoon, as I did. I was exhausted, But that church appearance was one of the most amazing things that we've ever done. And if you'll go on my Facebook page, you'll see where I'm up there on stage dancing in front of the choir, facing the congregation. And I didn't feel uncomfortable, and I felt pretty good. There was another guy involved in it, and that was Jimmy Williams, who's a McDonald's operator in East St. Louis, and he's got about 18 restaurants all over St. Louis and southern Illinois, and he's a good friend of mine. And is a very, very powerful, good guy who believes in serving his community. It's a kind of a rough area, East St. Louis. Can be rough. And they just went out of their way to make us feel at home, and it was a wonderful experience. And we got offered another gig at another church that's not entirely black. We're working on Christians all over the world. He is, and I give him a few shekels here and there, and others do. But it was my idea to try to get into the black community. I wanted that. And my wife set up the conference. We had a few blacks show up. Most of them weren't interested, but this Pastor Johnson at this Baptist church in East St. Louis, he went on the trip with the rabbi, and he's something else. I'll tell you what, he's a great man himself, and he's in a tough situation. It's a tough place to be. All right, we're back on the show, and I think you got anything for me, Stan?
The new Amazon Echo has everyone asking Alexa for help.
Alyssa, what time is it? What the hell is wrong with this blasted thing? Amanda!
But the latest technology isn't always easy to use for people of a certain age.
These kids done bought me a busted machine again. Oh, yes, sir.
That's why Amazon partnered with AARP to present the new Amazon Echo Silver, the only smart speaker device designed specifically to be used by the greatest generation. It's super loud and responds to any name even remotely close to Alexa, so they can find out the weather.
Allegra, what is the weather outside?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Huh?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Where?
Outside.
What about it?
The temperature outside is 74 degrees and sunny.
I don't know about that.
The latest in sports.
Clarissa, how many did old Satchel strike out last night?
Satchel Paige died in 1982.
How many he get?
Satchel Paige is dead.
In what now?
Died.
Who did?
Satchel Paige.
Oh. I don't know about that.
Now, you know that I have enough talent that possibly I definitely could have been a lawyer. I think I would have been a great lawyer because I have been in a lot of trials. A lot of things have happened to me, both in business and, a lot of divorces, too. And I'm pretty good at this, okay? And another thing that I just found out that I'm real good at is I could be a, ear, nose, and throat doctor because I have now, I believe... It's almost like the story about Jesus, and he makes deaf people hear.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Stan is saying, I should try my earphones instead of my stupid hearing aids because they're not working. I says, yeah. Why not?
And they work.
And they're working because you just turned up the volume a little bit. Now you can hear the level of conversation.
Right.
You can hear what I sound like. That never seemed to matter to anybody here, but now you can hear me,
right?
And
did
adjust
you
it
charge
accordingly.
me for that? $299?
No, $2,999.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
You know, us Jews, we invented the 9.
Oh, yeah.
Before that, there was 8, and then you went up to 10. We invented 9. Okay. Anyways, we got a great interview coming up with Laura Loomer. She's got a law named after her. All right, now it's going to the Florida legislature from a state senator there, and that should be real interesting. And she's running for Congress. All right, call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Reality check number 31. New cars can go from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. Why can't new car loans move like that? At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We may look like typical bankers, but when it comes to car loans, we're downright speed demons. We approve loans in record time, so you can get that new baby on the road ASAP. And by the way, you really do look good in that new ride. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Need to create a unique gift for your sweetheart? Want a gun, watch engraved? Need a trophy gift or award? Go no further than Kent Jewelry, 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla. Call 573-364-1030 and take your bag of jewels to Kent and ask to have your jewelry inspected and cleaned for free. Kent is my jeweler. Make him yours. 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla, 364-1030.
It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. The name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. Thousands of customers have done business with Muffler Mart because they do what they say they're going to do. Woo! The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Muffler Mart in Rolla.
Los Arcos Mexican Restaurant and Tequila Bar in Rolla offers authentic Mexican food at great prices. Open at 11 a.m. Stop by for lunch or dinner. Lunch specials every day. And don't forget about Margarita Monday. Whether you have a small group, a large party, or you want to carry out, Los Arcos can accommodate. Located at 1212 Highway 72 East in Rolla. Affordable food with margaritas that taste great every time. You know you're dining on the finest ingredients at Los Arcos. Call for reservations at 573-426-4388.
How do you explain the joy of getting a small McCafe for only $2 from McDonald's? Well, it's like... Yeah, like that. Get a $2 small McCafe iced caramel macchiato or caramel frappe from McDonald's. Joy included. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
So if Trump gets reelected, what?
Cities burn.
Do you even think that some of these, like, MAGA people could even be re-educated?
I mean, we gotta try. I mean, like, in Nazi Germany, after the fall of the Nazi Party, there was a ton of the populace that was Nazified. And, like, Germany had to spend billions of dollars re-educating people to not be Nazis. Like, we're probably going to have to do the same thing here. And that's kind of what Bernie's like, hey, free education for everybody, because we're going to have to teach you not to be a Nazi.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard another revelation from Veritas, Project Veritas by James O'Keefe. Undercover, that was a Bernie field man works for Bernie Sanders. And this is what Bernie's policy is going to be. You know, the friendly communist, Bernie. All right? He wants to basically re-educate us Trump voters, you know, us dirty Trump voters. This is what I said. If you remember, I said a lot of stuff, and I said a lot of stuff especially about the irredeemable charge made against us. And I told you that word was especially scary. Because if you're irredeemable, it means you shouldn't be alive. And that's what Bernie Sanders stands for. That's what his people stand for. Be careful what you wish for. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Dave, it's Laura Loomer. How are you?
Oh, you're early. Oh, my goodness, well, what's wrong with you? You're early. All right, let's play your song. Let me know if you hear the song, will you? Hit it, Stan.
Oh, beautiful, far heroes proved in liberating strife. Who more than
You okay?
Yeah, that's my
God. Country loved.
Crazy.
Can you hear this?
I can't.
You can't or can?
Can't.
Can't. She can't hear it. What's going on with that?
No idea.
All right, well, you can hear me, right? Hey, Steve,
Yeah.
we got a missing connection somewhere.
All right, well, how you doing, Laura?
Laura, all right, ladies and gentlemen, this woman is the bravest woman I know. She used to be an investigative reporter out there in the world, only to be stripped of her First Amendment rights by a couple of social media billionaires, 3 of them to be named, and now she's a candidate in the 21st District of Congress in Florida, and she is the Lois Lane to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Laura Loomer. All right, there we go.
Thanks for having me.
Trump is listening to this all the way at Mar-a-Lago, where your district is. Okay, so I understand they're naming a Florida law for you under the auspices of Senator Grutter, right? Tell us about it.
Well, so there's a Florida state senator by the name of Senator Joe Grutter, who's also the chairman of the Republican Party of Florida, and he's proposed legislation to stop social media bias. It's called the Stop Social Media Censorship Act, Senate Bill 1266, and some people have dubbed it Loomer's Law because he just held a press conference with me at the Florida State Capitol the other day where he said that, I was largely inspiration and my bands were inspiration for the bill. And the bill would penalize social media companies $75,000 per instance of censorship to prevent them from banning people and censoring people for their political speech. Because, as you know, a lot of these tech companies, just like they did to me, they accuse people of posting hate speech, even though there's no such thing as hate speech, right? When really it's just political speech that they're penalizing. So, it's great. Senator Joe Grutter just met with President Trump yesterday, a day after we held our press conference. So exciting things are happening. And I'm happy to see that Senator Grutter is taking the lead on this because, as we've seen throughout our country, right,
Sure.
There's a huge problem right now with big tech.
Well, isn't the First Amendment supposed to, Laura, isn't the First Amendment supposed to be this?
Yeah, well, the First Amendment is obviously being violated, but also, we need to be able to have a bigger conversation in our country, not just about censorship, But hopefully with this legislation, maybe some parallel legislation can be proposed regarding antitrust, because just like the telephone companies were broken up, I strongly believe that the big tech companies need to be broken up. They've become too powerful. They're, killing businesses. They're ruining people's lives. They're shutting people down. And, when you have now tech companies and, these billionaires, these left-leaning billionaires in Silicon Valley who get to decide who has access as a candidate to social media, they are now interfering in our elections. And that means that these tech billionaires have more power than the President of the United States himself, because we see that's what they're doing. They are shutting down the president's supporters. They're even censoring President Trump, right? So they can influence the election because they know that President Trump was able to speak to the masses with his Twitter account and social media, and that's one of the reasons why he was able to win in 2016.
Well, this is a great segue to another point I wanted to bring up with you, and I've got this after one of my bits in the show. Dr. Robert Epstein, who was a Hillary supporter, testified to Congress that in 2016 elections, social media sent 2.6 million undetected votes to Hillary. And in 2020, they'll be capable of sending 15 million votes without detection wherever they want to send it. Now, exactly. I would think that rises to the level of an emergency, don't you?
Yes, it's been an emergency for some time now, which is why I, stormed the congressional hearing when Jack Dorsey was testifying, and I said in my plea to President Trump, Mr. President, please help us before it is too late, And so I've been warning about this for a very long time now. And, the election consequences, I think, are going to be extremely dire for Republicans with big tech if they don't get a grip on this, because we heard from Robert Epstein in his interview. I think it was Mark Levin on Fox News. And this guy isn't even a Republican, okay? He's a Democrat, and he's saying firsthand that the data is going to and the way that they manipulate these algorithms, it's going to swing elections in favor of Democrats, just as it did in the 2018 midterms. So this is a problem, and we can't allow for big tech to control what people see, what they hear, and, the information that they process, because if you can control all three of those things, you can control the world, right? It's a form of mind control. It's just like the Chinese government, how it's become an absolute surveillance state and how they have a crackdown on speech. And, the government monitors what people say. You get punished, you get jailed if you go against the government. And we see the way that they're brutally assaulting and attacking free speech protesters in the streets of Hong Kong. And, that is coming to America soon if we continue to allow for what I like to call tech totalitarianism. Well, it is. It's tech totalitarianism. And people all around the world are already being punished for their speech and their social media posts, right? Just this week in Florida, a police officer who's been a police officer for over 30 years, and his wife is a commissioner, okay? They're a Jewish family here in Hollandale Beach, Florida. He was suspended, okay, briefly. They just reinstated him, but he was suspended from his job on the police force because he liked one of his wife's social media posts in which she called Rashida Tlaib a, quote, Hamas-loving anti-Semite, okay?
Which is absolutely true.
Police officers who put their lives on the line every day, and then his wife, who's a commissioner, right? These are public servants. These are people who serve their community, being punished for posting factual political speech online. And even if the facts were disputable, this is political speech, and you have a right in this country to post political speech. And people shouldn't be in fear of losing their livelihoods or losing their jobs or being targeted simply for criticizing elected officials. Okay, if you want to be an elected official, you should be open to criticism. I'm running for Congress, and as a public figure, I've known for some time now that opens me up to criticism, right?
Sure. Well, when you get labeled for hate speech, though, and the other labels they attach to you based on getting banned, and let's just go wild here, illegally from social media like that, that's a very costly thing to you.
There's a difference. and I don't know why people can't just be adults and disagree with, if you don't agree with someone's political speech, fine. But to call somebody, an advocate of hate speech when, first of all, there's no such thing as hate speech in our country, it's really ridiculous. I mean, we are getting to a point now where, you can't even have a basic conversation. And I think it's really interesting that, here it is, another example of proud Zionist Jews, Israel supporters being targeted, just like I was targeted. And that seems to be a pattern with big tech, not just conservatives being targeted, but disproportionately, I find a lot of Jews, conservative Jews, to be targeted.
So you got 3 billionaires. Would you name them, please, who are up there determining in their companies that this is okay to do, and you have to assume it's okay to do because they're not doing anything about it. Who are those people?
Well, you have Mark Zuckerberg, who's the founder of Facebook, Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, and then you have Sundar Pichai, who's the CEO of Google. And these 3 billionaires in Silicon Valley, these men, think that they have the authority to determine what is acceptable and what is not acceptable speech. And they just don't. They don't have that authority. And they're trying to create an echo chamber in their own little, Silicon Valley fantasy land about what you can think, what you can say, what you're allowed to talk about, what you're allowed to believe. And if you don't fall in line with their totalitarian ways, they're going to ban you, or they're going to brand you as a bigot or a white supremacist like they did to me. And yet, those have lasting implications on people's careers and their reputations when you say, oh, they're banned for hate speech, right? Because, I mean, look, the general populace, when we get down to it, right, people are easily brainwashed and people are easily manipulated, and they trust that their mainstream media, for the most part, would be reporting facts to them, right? But we have gone so far away from what the fourth estate in the media is supposed to be, and I think people are starting to wake up to it. But for years now, right, people have been brainwashed into believing what the media has been telling them. And so when you look at the First Amendment and you look at what the Supreme Court has said, there is no such thing as hate speech. There's certainly hate crimes, but there's no such thing as hate speech. And so now you have all these people, millions of people, right, in this snowflake generation that we're now seeing too, that's being brainwashed by the radical left, right? The Antifa crowd, and a lot of the generation, it's my generation that a lot of these radical leftist groups have targeted, right? The millennial generation, people between the age of 23 to 30, 35 or so. And you see that they've targeted these people with their radical left-leaning ideas and their propaganda. And one of the foundations of their progressive agenda and their propaganda is this idea of identity politics. And it's with, the promotion of identity politics to the point where it's just, absolutely nauseating that these people have been able to convince an entire generation and millions more in the country that there's somehow hate speech or that there's thought crimes, right? This wasn't really that prevalent in society. It's pretty recent, right? We used to be able to coexist and have conversations with people on the left and people on the right, but it's this really kind of toxic, progressive.
It's not held. I mean, you get, it's hate speech. We don't want to hear that. Well, what about when Farrakhan called Jews termites? What was that? Was he trying to be complimentary? He was trying to call us less than human, irredeemable, I might add. Okay, did he get banned right away for that? No. I think he's banned now, isn't he? Or did they reinstate him?
Oh, they shut him down and then they reinstated him. Yeah. So apparently that's not hate speech.
And of course they reinstated you for telling the truth, right? No, right? Did they reinstate you? Right. I don't think so. All right, and one more thing. I got to get going here. One more thing. Rudy Giuliani. Did you hear the big news about this?
What? What's the news?
He's got all the dope on the Ukraine stuff, and the Ukraine stuff is where it was happening, and it was happening for the whole Democratic Party. They sidestepped us and pointed at Russia. Ukraine was the huge area where they were pro-Hillary and anti-Trump, and he's got the goods on him, and because he's got these people making millions, if not billions of dollars. We're talking about the Bidens. We're talking about the Pelosi's. We're talking about John Kerry. He's got the goods on him.
Peter Schweitzer,
Yeah.
the author of Clinton Cast, just released a really good book, Profiles in Corruption, that details all of this too. So I was listening while driving back from Tallahassee the other day. I was listening to one of his interviews on one of the conservative talk radio channels, and it's incredible just how these people, they're not only corrupt themselves, but they really, honestly, the way that they allow their families to survive and make a living in these, generations of wealthy Democrat families is through corruption. And so all of them.
When
and
you get to Congress,
all of the Democrat presidential candidates.
When you get to Congress, you need to have the Weinbaum bill, which will force people who are leaving Congress to go through an audit to figure out how they got their wealth.
Yep.
How's that?
That'd be awesome.
You put my name to it, okay? Except if I actually get to Congress someday. Then we don't need that law, you see? All right, so where can people find and contribute to you, like I do?
Laura Loomer, you can go to lauraloomerforcongress.com.
That's it? Okay. Hey,
lauraloomerforcongress.com.
Yeah.
And that's where you can sign up, and you can sign up to volunteer, you can sign up to donate, and get in touch with the campaign. Sign up for the email since I'm not on social media.
Super. Hey, why was the Danish boxer disqualified?
Why?
He hit his opponent in the Netherlands. It's illegal, come on. Hey, that's wrong. Oh! All right, ladies and gentlemen, Laura Loomer running for Congress in Florida's 21st District. Vote for her, okay? Thank you very much, Laura. Have a great weekend.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. She's always animated, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, she's a trip.
How many bills do you have named for you, Stan? Yeah, come on. What's
But
going
after
on with
that, you need this.
Yeah.
Eggs hate jokes. They're afraid of cracking up. Forget about it.
That's my excuse. If I have an audience, I do stand-up comedy, I assume they were just afraid to laugh, just afraid they were going to have a heart attack, or afraid they would rupture their bellies, or afraid that if they laughed, somebody would hit them with some brass knuckles, and knock a little sense into them, But hey, you don't want to laugh at my joke, it's okay. I don't forget about it, though. I don't forget about it. Okay, back on the show. Here we are. We've got lots of stuff coming up. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. And, you're fine. You can just look for it right now. And we're going to be having, who's up next? We got Elad. Oh, good.
Yeah.
I have to look and see who I need to contact. It's not a big deal, but I know Elad is going to be he's going to be on, and his wife will be all over him to make sure he's on time. Otherwise, he's like a guy, he forgets sometimes. But his wife, holy cow, does she run a tight ship over there?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, and that's why I need to talk to her, because I'm not that tight, and my wife is, she's it's one thing to hear it from your wife. It's another thing to hear it from a professional. What are you sighing over there for?
I'm a professional.
Yeah, you're a professional agitator is what you are.
RDA, remember? Isn't that what it was?
All I know is when we were I did the driving to East St. Louis, and we had it in Waze, and the Rabbi is navigating in the front seat, okay? And all I know is he's tried to imitate you. Driving too fast. No, you got to pay attention. What's wrong with you? No, you turned the wrong way. You're turning the right. It's right here. I says, after a while, she says, Lisa, be quiet.
You don't need Alexa. You got a Lisa.
I got a Lisa. That's right, a Lisa. There you go.
Well, I'm glad you didn't miss me on the trip.
I did miss you. I think you would have really enjoyed it because you helped set this thing up.
Yeah, well.
I mean, did we think that was going to happen at the thing you set up? I didn't think. I thought, well, maybe we'll get something out of it. But this is like it's you're planting a lot of seeds, And you never know which one's going to take root.
That's right.
And this one has taken some root. This pastor, they even made a collection for the rabbi.
Wow,
Okay? I mean, they gave him like an hour and a half. Okay? That's like being on the Johnny Carson show back in the day and him asking you to co-host a show. Holy cow. So anyways, we're back on the show, and we got a caller here. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
JL, St. James.
Hey, JL, what's happening, man?
Hey, man, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You're the knowledgeable man here on politics and everything.
Are you talking to Stan or me?
You, not me.
Your wife, Dave. Your wife, please.
Oh, okay. Well, she's not a man. How dare you?
Go
ahead.
Spit it out, JJ.
What do you think?
Jail.
What? Are you there? Is he there?
Are you there, JL?
Yeah.
Right, tell us
I
what
was
you wanna-
listening to Lisa.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to know what Stan thinks of our governor and what he's doing with letting these immigrants come into the state of Missouri.
Yeah, Stan.
Oh, well,
that's
the
you.
president's wishes.
That's you.
Well, I mean,
he first
I don't-
wanted me, and then he wants you because I insulted him. You get it? Okay, so now he's insulting me. I'm not insulted. Go ahead.
Well, together, I think these refugees are evidently legal immigrants. And so that's the ones that they're talking about. So, I mean, I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I guess if that's the law, that's the law.
Yeah, Chester from Doolittle put us in a phone call gulag and re-educated us as to the fact that they were legal.
Yeah.
So I don't have a comment on it. Then I mean, if it's legal, if it's part of the deal, I don't know.
My big concern, is what is happening in our government with the Muslims taking over, and I forget what school it was in, but now they're going to have it in this school up. I think it's Virginia. I can't remember which one, Dave. I apologize.
think it was.
To you, sir.
It was Virginia.
But anyway, now they're going to be teaching Muslim in our schools.
Yeah, well, they already are. I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened. And there's a lot of legal Muslims. The problem I have with it is the jihadis. And that, you know what, that comprises a big part of the population of Muslims. And people who sympathize with people that think it's their right to make us live their way or charge them a tax or kill them. That's the problem I have.
Right.
And not every Muslim is like that, but millions and millions support it. So yeah, that's
I
a
know,
problem.
Dave. That's what scares me is they're and they've said it a number of times, and I said it last week, the week before. They're going to take over from within.
Yeah, they're already doing it in Europe.
Already.
They're well on their way in Europe.
Yeah, they've done it.
Yeah.
They're doing it here, Dave. They're
That's
doing it here too,
well.
it's
I know
great.
they're trying. Sure,
Well,
of course they're trying.
The Obama
Everybody knows that.
administration brought in bunches of them and placed them all over the country.
All right, good call, my friend. Do you
JL.
have a joke or
Okay.
what?
Well, I have a little comment for you here. If
It's a joke. Just say it's a joke. You know it's a joke. I know it's a joke. The whole world knows it's a joke. Go ahead.
Are you joking with me?
No, I'm not joking this time. No. Now I got to think of one too. Go ahead.
All right. If con is the opposite of pro, then Congress is the opposite of progress.
Ooh, yeah.
That's pretty
That's
good.
pretty deep.
You know, I
ain't
had
joking.
I had a horrible experience on Matchmaker. You know, I was supposed to meet something, but I stood up a court date. so I have to go to jail after this show. All right, thank you very much. I actually just wrote that. I actually just wrote that myself. Yes, I am married. That was before I was married. My wife is not looking at me like she's giving me that sneer. Did I miss something here? I don't know.
I don't even know what
you've been on my
Matchmaker
back.
is.
You've been on my back for the last almost 7 years.
Hey. Hey.
I don't have a chance to breathe.
Poor thing.
Last night she didn't give me a chance to sleep.
Thanks, JL. Bye.
Thanks, JL. Have a great weekend. All right, so we're back here on the show, and we have this is going to be interesting because I've got the lawyer coming on. The lawyer that didn't want witnesses. I wonder if he's going to change his tune because I kind of wanted it, and so was Trump. And you know what? Trump has a sense of this. Okay, I think he does. And we're going to debate this in about 10 minutes. Call the show. 573-364-4433 and get it off your chest.
Make the whole family happy by bringing home Lee's famous recipe chicken. Choose from one of our many different specials, like the 16-piece classic or breast strip family meal, to the 8 different daily lunch specials. Call today for your next catering at 573-364-9330 or visit us on the web at leesrolla.com or just stop by Lee's famous recipe chicken in Rolla at 1902 North Bishop Avenue.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
KKID, Salem, Rolla.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Automated Business Systems in Salem is your one-stop source for office supplies, computers, printers, and point-of-sale software and hardware for your business. And if you're wanting to build a computer specific to your needs, whether business or personal, ABS in Salem can do it. Computer repairs, virus removal. ABS is a full-service computer repair service. Bring it to them or they'll come to you. They are your brother authorized service center in the area. See them online at www.abssalem.com or stop by their office at 902 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
Start the year off right at Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla. You don't want to miss out on the New Year savings and all remaining 2019 cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Right now, save up to $9,512 on the all-new 2019 Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71 or choose 0% APR for 72 months on select 2019 Silverados. Come check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla. Chevy, find new roads.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050. Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
I think it's certainly possible that this trial could last 1 to 2 weeks. On the other hand, if the Senate makes the decision to go down the road of additional witnesses, that could extend it to 6-8 weeks or even longer. So I think there are really 2 paths here. But what you just noted there is important. This week is going to be the first time in a year that the president has had the opportunity to defend himself, to lay out the facts, to lay out the law, to lay out the actual substance. We've seen months and months and months of a one-sided show trial from House Democrats, where they didn't want to hear from the defense, where they shut out the White House, where they shut out the minority. The good news is in the Senate, what I'm confident of, is we're going to have a fair trial.
Fair trial. Well, so far it has been anything but fair. It's been great for the Democrats. You know, they got to speak during prime times and beyond prime times all day, all night, from 1 o'clock on. All we've heard from basically is the Democrats. And the Republicans, I don't believe they used all their time to rebuke them. I didn't think they expected it. And when they did those amendments, they took all sorts of time extra to reclaim their lies to the American people and to the world. And they haven't come up with any evidence yet. They have no charge of a crime. I mean, you've got 2 articles of impeachment. One of them is obstructing Congress. Obstructing Congress, not obstructing justice. And in this case, it's not obstructing justice, it's obstructing Congress, and that the president has a right and a duty to go to the courts or have the people that are trying to get his people to talk because of executive privilege. It's been done since George Washington. Obama did it. Everyone does it. It's not a crime. In fact, what the Democrats did is unconstitutional. It is the right and the duty of the president to be able to do this. And the other one, abuse of power, is so broad that there's no crime there. That's a like a pejorative word that doesn't describe exactly what crime he committed. So you can throw anything you want to into that washing machine. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Dave. John from Salem.
Hiya, John. What's up, man?
Do you remember when Obama brought all the Somalians into our country?
Well, yeah, yes, I do.
Do you remember where he sent them?
I thought he sent them to Minnesota.
Do you remember who they elected to Congress?
I absolutely do. Ilhan Omar.
There you go.
Keith Ellison. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. See, that's why you got to be careful about bringing these radicals into this country because.
And there's a lot, John. There's a lot of questions about Ilhan Omar and her immigration. Now, whether it was a fraud of people she brought in or whether people committed fraud by bringing her in, I believe that's under investigation.
And there's a lot of people in Minnesota, I've talked to some that are very upset with that whole deal. And you know how those people are surviving up there?
I don't know.
The state of Minnesota is paying for them. A gentleman that lives in that area, he said each one of them gets $5,000 a month from the state to live on. They don't even have to be productive.
How much?
$4,000.
Wow.
4,000? Okay.
4,000 per month. That's what this group of people that live up there told me. That's all I know. But
well, I don't doubt it.
They don't have to do anything. So what benefit is allowing people like that to immigrate to our country? We need productive people.
Well, and I think that's, this has been going on for a long time. It's not just Barack Obama. It was under a lot of different presidents that legal immigration took place. But I think he helped it along in certain areas, no doubt about it. This president is, he's doing a great job. He's getting progress with no cooperation at all. None. So, he's the first guy that's done it.
Maybe after next November he'll start getting more cooperation.
I hope so, because we need to change the Senate. I mean, keep the Senate and take the House. We don't need this. I mean, they are literally going to try to turn our government into a homeless place. Nobody will want to come there. Nobody on our side. Who is going to put up with the kind of crap that Donald Trump and his family are putting up with right now? What supporters are going to want to? That's what they're hoping for.
Well, it's an attempted communist takeover of our country.
Well, I would agree with that. All right, listen, I got to go. I got Elad Hakim coming up in about a minute. Okay. Thanks, John. I appreciate your call. Call again. All right. Okay, so we got the Elad Hakim coming up. I think maybe we ought to play a song. What do you think? I think so, too. Yeah. gentlemen, powerhouse South Florida lawyer, political and legal pundit, writes for places like the Washington Examiner, Epic News, Daily Caller, The Federalist, etc., and he is the Perry Mason to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Elad Hakim. There you go. Oh, man, nothing like your wife is going to get in about an hour.
I'm losing it.
You're used to that, aren't you?
No, I'm losing it.
You're not losing it. You never had it. What are you talking about? She's been
on
the show.
You're right then.
Listen,
I can't lose what I never had.
She's been on the show a lot longer than you have.
Be nice, Dave.
Okay, and she deserves the applause. I like you. I like you, lad. Don't get me wrong here.
Oh, he's great.
All right, so, hey, you know what? The Senate impeachment. Now, I don't know. I'm watching this thing, and I'm believing that the Trump team and Mitch have this all wrong. This is not a typical legal trial. This is political showmanship. And I believe right now, quite frankly, that the Democrats have won a small battle here. What do you think?
Well, I don't necessarily think so. I think that the Democrats have done what was expected. You know, they've given their talking points. They've repeated information that that we heard during the inquiry phase, and so I don't think so. I mean, keep in mind, you've only heard them. You've only heard their perspective, and so no. I mean, you gotta give it a chance.
Here's the problem with that. Their perspective came with what was supposed to be 50 amendments. And during the first 5 amendments, we still would have been on maybe the 10th or 15th amendment by now. Somebody stopped that. I guess they had an agreement to stop it. But every time they had an amendment, they got an extra 20, 30, 40 minutes to excoriate President Trump. We did not get a legal stand. We were not given the due process of defense, in my opinion, based on all legal situations. This was not legal. It was political. And now the president's lawyers get to talk. Well, guess what? It's going to be Saturday. The ratings are lower on Saturday. I mean, this was a political coup for the Dems, in my opinion. Now, I don't think they're going to win, but I'm not sure they think they're going to win. I think what they're doing is they're playing to their crowd. They're playing to the left wing of their party.
No, that I agree with. And I think that they're trying to put some of the vulnerable senators, in a bind. But listen, I don't think so. I think that more people are going to watch than you think come Saturday, the president's team, and I just keep it. Don't forget, you've only heard one side. I mean, this is no different than any other trial. You can't be sold based on one side's argument. You have to wait. I suspect that the president's team is going to present a very, very compelling case. I don't think they're going to take the entire time. Frankly, they don't need to. And it is political theater. I mean, that's all what it is.
Right.
But
so would you agree with me when I assert that the real jurists are not the senators, except for a couple, but it's the American voters that are the real jurists here, aren't they?
Well, yeah, I mean, yes and no. The real jurists here are obviously the senators, but this is what it's been from the beginning, Dave. It's been a way to. I disagree
with that. Let me stop you there, because I am the radio talk show host. I can do that. It's like a judge in court. Well, I'm the judge here. You're a lawyer, okay? You have to be nice to me for a change. After the show, you can call me what you call me at home. I heard. Amy told me you said nasty things about me.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not sure I agree with that, because the once you give them all that time, and once you give them all that more time than you've had, then and they're going to use every minute of their rebuttal time they have, if they have any, and then you got the witnesses thing. They push the witnesses. Do we call witnesses? What do you think?
I am not for calling witnesses. I've never been. and I don't think that it's warranted. I think they had their chance and they messed up. And
Of
now they're
course,
asking
we know
to
that. What does
So
the average guy think?
I'm
Well, why don't
against
you call
that.
witnesses? It's a trial, isn't it?
So I'm opposed to calling witnesses.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily agree. In other words, nothing new has come out. It's not as if they're spending these 3 or 4 days, these 3 days, presenting new evidence that's going to sway public opinion one way or another. They haven't presented anything new. So it's just regurgitating what they've said all along.
Look, I agree with that, and I agree with. I think you're right about that. But you get a bunch of people. Well, we need things. Life is not static. We have things happening every day, so therefore we need to have new evidence, and we've got some new evidence. What's wrong with that argument?
Who has new evidence?
The Democrats. They said they have new like this Les Pervin or something.
Right. They have new evidence, but that's wonderful.
Well, why can't we call him?
Inadmissible, isn't it?
They're not going to. First, well, it's admissible for purposes of the impeachment because the rules are nothing like a real trial. If this was a real trial, 90% of this information would not come in.
No, the judge would have refused the case if this was legal. He would have refused the case because the procrastinators in charge of this investigation didn't get their case together.
Correct.
They're not ready for trial.
Correct.
Right.
Look, as
He
far
would
as
have thrown him out of
witnesses are
court.
concerned, I hope that the senators don't buckle. I hope that they hear from the rebuttal and then they dismiss this thing. I hope that's what happens.
Well, then you're gonna listen to a whole 8 or 9 months of the cover up. They've already set the table for that.
So,
and I agree with you, but I'd like to take. I mean, I know what Trump is thinking. He wants to go after these bastards. Now, let me say this. Did you hear Rudy Giuliani this morning?
I heard him yesterday, and basically saying he's going to start trickling out information about Democrats, right, and Ukraine.
Ukraine and the Democrats, and it's huge.
Well, you know what? He's been saying it for a while, so I hope that if he has the goods, that he starts, releasing them.
I think this was timed perfectly. This is also a political move that I think might just stem the flow of all this stuff about. Well, the Bidens, they're not relevant. I just played them on the head of my show in the song, the Biden tape. How is that not relevant?
Well, it is, and clearly,
give me a break.
Strong legal minds have said that it's irrelevant. Very respected legal minds, and I agree with that. But look, Dave, I'm telling you, you have to. It's really easy to be swayed and worried when you hear one side who's hell-bent on impeaching the president. Wait until some of the president's attorneys get a chance.
Well,
there was an article out today saying they're not going to rebut; they're going to attack.
Yeah,
I'll have to. But let's see what they do. I agree somewhat with that. But I didn't see they got a lot of free time and prime time, and when you have more money than the next guy, everything else being equal, the guy who can buy more ads and things like that, a guy who can reach more people, those are the guys that generally win. Everything else being equal.
But what information did you learn that was new?
It's not me. I know this stuff like the back of my hand. Forget about me. The average guy in the street doesn't really know. Okay, and then maybe some of them are just starting to pay attention. And I'm seeing this on Facebook.
The average guy in the street wouldn't listen to this.
No. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
I mean,
we'll see. Look, I hope you're right, but I hope these guys are just are vigilant in how they go after them. And I mean, name names and kick ass.
Well, also remember the ratings on the left were horrible. There was like 1 million on CNN, 2 million or something on MSNBC, and there's nobody listening.
I think the ratings for the impeachment, they were, like you're saying, they were terrible.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, you're right that people will listen on Saturday. Me, I'll be at a wrestling tournament for my grandchildren. So what the hell? All right.
That's great. You know what? The one thing that people aren't talking about is the importance not only of getting Trump elected, but of retaking the Senate. Because if you think this is going away, if Trump is reelected, they're going to try to impeach him. You know, they already said it.
Yeah.
So
what about the House?
You need to hold the House.
We don't have the House. We don't have the House.
Excuse me. You need to
hold the Senate. And take over, flip the House,
because this is going to be just an interminable cycle if Trump is reelected.
The one thing I found interesting is Nadler accusing the senators who will vote against impeachment as treasonous.
Yeah,
they got Murkowski or one of them, Susan Collins,
ticked off.
Yeah, pissed off. The ones they need. And the judge warned both sides, but he was going after Nadler when he did.
Yeah, listen, the president's team has been very respectful.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been very respectful. Nadler and Schiff, they're just unlikable.
Oh.
And go figure, you call the people you're trying to persuade treasonous.
Yeah, they're the jury. You don't vote my way. Right. You are just treasonous. Yeah, that's a great way to get a jurist to go along with you. That's one of your practices, isn't it? Elad, you just go in there and nail the jury, right?
Yeah, brilliant. One thing you're going to see is the Nadler and Schiff and some of these people, when they started reading information or quoting information into the record, so to speak, it was partial. Yeah. So they took sound bites. And what they're going to do is they're going to complete, when they rebut this, they're going to produce the entire picture.
Yeah.
Because we all know that nobody ever testified that there was quid pro quo. You know the routine. Right. So they're going to paint the entire picture, and they're going to attack them. And it's going to be, I'm going to sit down and watch it.
Well, because, I'm going to figure out, honey, you have to tape the impeachment. I woke her up. Oh, sorry, honey. You have to tape the impeachment tomorrow while we're watching the grandchildren.
Rebuttal.
All right.
Oh no.
I'd like to talk to you after the rebuttal.
Yeah.
And see how you feel about things.
Yeah. All
because
right,
I bet you feel differently.
Well, okay. You know what? I'm a little paranoid. Okay, and I've been to court and I know what goes on. And there's always a risk when you go before a jury. There's always a risk before you go before a judge. And I've lost a few, and but I didn't let that happen for a long time now, because when I'm a client, I control the to a certain extent I control the attorney. Now I know there are things that he wants me to do that I cooperate with, but if I think he's going down the wrong path, I'll tell you what. Here's an example. I was once in a slip and fall case for one of my restaurants. And a nice little elderly old lady said she slipped and fell. Of course, we find out she sued me for the same thing 6 years ago in another one of my restaurants, but that was not eligible to be released to the jury or the judge. So the first thing that happens is the people that are with the insurance company, the lawyers, they have me sitting with my back to the jury. My back to the jury, and the other side was facing the jury. And I told my lawyers, are you out of your effing minds? What the hell's going on with this? Okay, so they switched me around and I faced the jury. I'm the accused guy, right? I needed to face that jury. I would have loved to have Donald Trump sitting out there to face the jury, or to be on their side, to be with them during this harassment. I would have loved that. What do you think of that?
Well, I think it's good that he's out there showing the American public that he's actually busy working and getting things done. And two, I'm not sure he can keep his mouth closed. Maybe in different circumstances, yeah, he would be there, but
I'm pretty sure he could.
It's good. I think it's good that he's not there.
I'm pretty sure he could.
I think he would intimidate.
I know.
I think he would intimidate the hell out of the senators.
Listen, I'm pretty sure he can't. He does know how to keep his mouth shut. I think he's wrong about a few things he says, but generally he's got a good he's got a good sense of what the hell's going on and how to fight it. I'm not sure if the people around him have that good sense. All right, listen, my friend. I'll look forward to this conversation later, hopefully on a happier note. Where can people find you and maybe even hire you?
They can find me at Thoughtfully Conservative on Facebook, at Thoughtful GOP on Twitter, and obviously look me up, Elad Hakim, with any legal questions.
Elad, I know. Once again, I'm going to give you a sports quiz, and it's not your sport because you're a soccer guy. Where's the best place to strike out?
I'm not even going there. I don't know.
The bowling alley. Ladies and gentlemen.
I like bowling.
Well, there you go. Strike out and you'll get 300.
Well, you should have known that then. Shouldn't you? I rest
your humor.
I rest my case, Your Honor. Well, I don't. That's good because I fooled you. And it was okay. It wasn't the funniest thing I've ever done, but it got you, didn't it?
It sure did.
All right. Thank you so much. And tell Amy I'll be waiting for her in about 45 minutes. Okay.
Sounds great. Have a good weekend, guys.
You too.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Okay. Well, I guess we have a caller. Is that right?
No.
No. Okay. All right, back on the show, and you got something for me?
I do.
This is Nancy Pelosi.
You demonize, and then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, you call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this. So they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic.
This is Nancy Pelosi.
I don't know if it's clear if you hear the horses in the background, but that's the new thing about Nancy Pelosi. Remember Frau Bricker?
Oh yeah.
In Young Frankenstein? Well, I took that from Young Frankenstein because Nancy Pelosi even scares her own horses, I'm sure.
I'll bet.
I mean, the mention of her name is just it just sends like a shot of adrenaline up your spine, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, that was pretty informative with Elad. We had some disagreements, but I'm wondering if anybody is out there listening who's another lawyer who thinks I'm full of it. I don't think I am. I think you got to fight hard, and I think you got to go through all of it. I mean, the first and last time I ever said anything to Donald Trump was when he was giving a speech in February of 2013 at CPAC in Maryland. And he was in a side room. He wasn't running for anything at the time, but he's talking about Romney, and he says, Romney had just lost the election. I supported that guy, and I have no idea how he lost. And, I was paying pretty close attention to it, too. I was real disappointed. I was paying a real good attention when he was debating Barack Obama. And then Trump keeps saying, I don't know how he lost. And I yelled out he lost because he laid down in the last two debates.
Yep.
Did you see Donald J. Trump lay down in any debates? No. But right now he's gotten advice from lawyers to just lay down and let us handle it. I wrote him this. He hasn't answered yet. I have no idea why he hasn't answered. But I said, I think that's a mistake. I think you should be in charge of your own defense, and you should take their advice, but do what you think is right. Because they're at a very narrow focus. You're the President of the United States. You've got a general political concept. They only have a legal concept.
Right. Well, Dershowitz is going to debate or fight the constitutional strength of the case, which is going to be nothing.
All right, what else you got for me?
The name is Baum. Weinbaum. Listen to my show or face the fake news on your own. Fridays, AM 9 through 12. Call 573-364-4433 to get it off your chest. All right. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I thought that was pretty good. You know, my son is going to hear that and he's going to go crazy.
Aaron?
Because, oh yeah. Because I'm going to tell him it's my idea. And he had the idea. So
he did.
He says my name is Baum. Weinbaum. Okay. And I think it was his idea, but I'll confuse him and I'll get him mad. So what the hell? It's always fun to do. It's always fun to make your children get a little mad at you, right?
I wonder if he ever uses something like that on his podcast.
Well, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to ask him. Are you smart enough to use your own stuff on your podcast? All right, call the show 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control, community-born, community-raised, community serving.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit our website at forumdental.com.
KKID, Salem, Rolla.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
J.T. Colton was a steak-loving man, and his tradition of serving up the finest mesquite-grilled steaks east of El Paso lives on today at Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. But lots of folks say it's our fun, casual, throw your peanut shells on the floor attitude that keeps them coming back again and again. Either way, we're determined to keep you happy and to make J.T. proud. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. We know what's at stake.
Colton Steakhouse in Rolla.
How do you explain the joy of getting a small McCafe for only $2 from McDonald's? Well, it's like... Yeah, like that. Get a $2 small McCafe iced caramel macchiato or caramel frappe from McDonald's. Joy included. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Windows 7 will go end of life on January 14th, 2020 and become a liability to users. Computers running this unsupported operating system will become vulnerable to data breaches, ransomware, and other security threats. This fraud can cause major inconveniences and recovery costs, along with legal and regulatory liabilities. Call A1 Tekarala LLC at 573-458-9175 before it's too late, and your transition to a supported system will be made easy. 573-458-9175.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
We at the Ingram Angle were, however, able to corroborate details of the January 2016 meeting. However, we did this, of course, using archived Obama White House visitor logs. They're not going to tell us. We have to go to the logs. You can see them on the screen now. They show that the person who many believe to be the whistleblower checked in numerous Ukrainian officials into the White House. On January 19, 2016, the day Vogel claims there was a meeting on Burisma and Biden. Also at the meeting were Ukraine's lead anti-corruption prosecutor and the head of the country's anti-corruption bureau, both of whom were there to discuss the complications of Hunter Biden's sweetheart gig. So what happened to that New York Times story about the 2016 meeting? Pretty hot, don't you think? Well, it was never published.
Okay, we're back on the show. Stan is he's anticipating.
Yeah, I was counting down from 5, 4,
He counted
3,
me
2,
down,
1,
and it was too soon.
What?
It was too soon. Yes.
Sorry.
I almost started talking and wisely shut the hell up for a while.
Well, you knew how it ended, though.
Well, no, I didn't. I was just waiting for her to stop talking. You already had me keyed in.
Sorry about that.
Hey, that's all right. No problem. Hey, these people that we're talking about, some of the people who have been featured all over the place in the Democrats' boring dissertations, and they got films of these people. They're bureaucrats. A lot of them are in the ambassadorship, State Department. Yeah, they hate Trump, okay? And these people, especially one of the women that was there, she was an active Hillary supporter, and she was working against Trump during the election. And their buddy, allegedly, was the whistleblower. He allegedly, if that's the right person, attended that meeting on January 20th, 2016 in the White House. So, this stuff goes all the way to the top of the Obama administration. And the intel situation where now the FISA court has said that the last 2 approvals of warrants against people either in the Trump campaign or whoever else they were wiring were unsupported. And they're probably going to defuse the earlier 2 FISA warrants. The only reason why we had this investigation started was the Steele dossier that was used as the main thing to get this thing going and lied about continually by people who signed it. People who signed off to the FISA courts and telling everyone else, oh, no, that was a very, very small part of this. Okay? All right. Well, listen, we have another caller coming up, and she is the woman that really can do us a lot of good because she's running against the evil witch of the West, Nancy Pelosi. Why don't you go ahead and hit her song?
If tomorrow all the things were gone,
now,
I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. thank my lucky stars to be living here today. 'Cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
All right, we're waiting on DeAnna to call. Let's hopefully she'll get on pretty quickly.
KKID, Salem.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking over you there.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so we're back on the show, and we have this this virus coming out of China, and it's looking pretty serious. Now it's invaded Seattle. It's invaded Chicago. They're finding cases like this, and people are traveling for the China. It's out of China. People are traveling for the Chinese New Year, traveling all over the place, and thus far it's looking pretty serious. It's killed about 50 people or so, and I know we had those diseases, 10, 15 years ago. The chicken, what was it? The chicken?
SARS, S-A-R.
SARS,
yeah.
And so you never know. I mean, they had plagues in the Middle Ages. You never know when something's going to hit and nobody's got the cure for it. And I hopefully we figure this out sooner before later. They usually do, but then again, I'm a paranoid, so I get a little bit scared more than other people.
Is that why you're wearing that mask?
No, I don't want to. We're thinking about televising this show. Do you believe that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you'll get to see us all in person.
Oh boy!
You know what? I think we need extras, except for my wife. She looks pretty good on her own.
Yeah.
What are you giving me dirty looks for?
The extras.
Are you making fun of me?
No, I was actually complimenting you. You don't know the difference. You're an MBA. You should know the difference. MBA.
Hard to tell with you.
MBA. Well, you know what we need right now?
What's that?
Weinbaum music.
Oh,
we do.
I think we. What do you mean? Oh no.
Oh no.
We haven't done. We didn't do it last week.
It
We got a guy in Edgar Springs out there.
It was a really good show last week.
For this.
It was a really good show last week.
Okay, but I can have a really good show too.
If we play it though, he'll call and then DeAnna will call.
Well, no, don't call until DeAnna's over. So
I think we ought to listen to this.
All right, hit it.
Shoot fish.
Can we?
No, we're not going to shoot any fish. You're not helping. I'm trying to teach him about patience here.
Well, then get to it.
I don't like being patient.
Nobody does. It's a learned skill. What do we call people that go willy-nilly through life just doing things because it feels good?
Democrats.
Who made you a critic? So in other words, you're taking her side and you didn't play my music.
Well, I was hoping DeAnna would call in. I don't know what's going on with her.
What are you laughing
Did you
at?
Text her?
That's not funny.
Yeah, I think it's pretty funny.
Huh? All right, anyways.
Did you text her, DeAnna?
I did.
Oh, okay.
We're just going to go along like she didn't see it. If she calls, she calls. And if she doesn't, she doesn't. All right, go ahead, hit it.
From Weinbaum Records, it's Dave's Hits of 2017. Listen to the unique singing style of your favorite radio host, Dave Weinbaum, as he belts out songs like
Where's Adolph and Joanne?
You know you
Pam.
can't take
And
it.
Lee.
You've got that hateful feeling. Whoa, that hateful feeling.
Or how about this?
As you wish me hell, to everyone you could tell that you've been spying over me, spying over me. Then you
Can't hear you, Newbird.
your views to the mainstream news.
Timeless memories like
You don't know me. I'm in the federal witness plan. You don't know me. I might be in Afghanistan.
Dave's Hits of 2017 is not sold in any stores. And if you act fast, you can get Dave's favorite insults absolutely free with your order.
You schmuck. Kiss my tuchus. Putz. I hear you tried to donate your brain to science, but they were only taking used ones. I don't take the broom out of your hands when you're trying to do your job. I hear you're 1 foot short of a yard sale. There was a lot of testosterone in my marriage. Too bad none of it was mine. I married a trophy wife, but I couldn't afford to mount her. I had 2 feet of snow on my car, so my wife offered me her broom. I said, thanks, but you're going to have to teach me how to fly it first. Got any complaints? Go to hell and wait.
The perfect way to close out the year. Dave's Hits of 2017.
That's all, folks.
Aha! Aha! What do you know from funny, you...
You know, Eddie Murphy. That's Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, it is.
Coming to America.
Oh,
and the other guy, you know, Porky Pig, I think that was. Wasn't that Porky Pig or was that Elmer Fudd?
I think it was Porky
I
Pig.
get him mixed up. But he did all the voices. This guy named Mel Blanc.
Oh, yeah.
A Jewish guy in Hollywood who struggled for years to get an appointment with somebody who would listen to him. Yeah. At, I believe it was, I don't know who it was, ABC, NBC. And they finally gave him a break, you know. One guy quit. He was going there for years. The guy would never let him do stuff. I think he did Woody Woodpecker too. I mean, I don't know why that stuff kind of fascinates me. I kind of believe that if I had been born or lived in California, I probably would have been in the show business, you know?
Yeah.
I think I got a feel for that. And, you know, it's us people, the Jewish guys from the Ukraine. Jerry Seinfeld. Well, not a Jewish guy. Joan Rivers. You know, our ancestors are traced back to the Ukraine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the funny Jews went to Odessa, Russia. And I know there's plenty of funny Jews from all over the place. You know, but you probably don't even know their names because they renamed themselves, like Jack Benny, and who was George Burns. That wasn't their real names. You know,
right?
They Americanized their names.
Sure.
We Americanized our name to Weinbaum.
That was Americanized?
No.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Weinbaum is a German word for what? Wine
tree.
Tree. Yeah. Yes. Hey, call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. And
Martin, you may as well call.
I don't know. Martin, you okay? Yeah, you can call too. But you know what? Let's take a break right now and call the show again, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Automated Business Systems in Salem is your one-stop source for office supplies, computers, printers, and point-of-sale software and hardware for your business. And if you're wanting to build a computer specific to your needs, whether business or personal, ABS in Salem can do it. Computer repairs, virus removal. ABS is a full-service computer repair service. Bring it to them or they'll come to you. They are your brother authorized service center in the area. See them online at www.abssalem.com or stop by their office at 902 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
Los Arcos Mexican Restaurant and Tequila Bar in Rolla offers authentic Mexican food at great prices. Open at 11 a.m. Stop by for lunch or dinner. Lunch specials every day. And don't forget about Margarita Monday. Whether you have a small group, a large party, or you want to carry out, Los Arcos can accommodate. Located at 1212 Highway 72 East in Rolla. Affordable food with margaritas that taste great every time. You know you're dining on the finest ingredients at Los Arcos. Call for reservations at 573-426-4388. Start the year off right at Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla. You don't want to miss out on the New Year savings and all remaining 2019 cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Right now, save up to $9,512 on the all-new 2019 Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71 or choose 0% APR for 72 months on select 2019 Silverados. Come check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla. Chevy, find new roads.
When you're ready to find the best steak in Rolla, head over to Sydney's at 707 North Pine in downtown Rolla. All their steaks are aged 30 days and hand-cut to perfection. This weekend is Ribeye Weekend. Get a 16-ounce ribeye steak with Sydney's signature spice blend and 2 sides only $14.99. And choose Sydney's with over 100 different whiskeys, scotches, and bourbons and over a dozen draft beers to complement the best steak around. Call 426-3707 for reservations. Lunch specials on Facebook. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 1:30 a.m. daily.
Your loved one may have lived an amazing life, inspiring family, friends, and everyone he or she met. And now you're wondering, how do we celebrate this amazing life? This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home in Rolla. Whether funeral wishes have already been planned in advance or the arrangements are left up to the family, the professional staff at Null & Son will guide you through this difficult time. When you have questions, call or stop by Null & Son Funeral Home.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
There's a reason Joseph Stalin had gulags, right? Mm-hmm. And actually, gulags were a lot better than what the CIA has told us that they were. Like, people were actually paid a living wage in gulags. They had conjugal visits in gulags. Gulags were actually meant for re-education. The greatest way to break a billionaire of their privilege and their idea that they're superior, go out and break rocks for 12 hours a day. You're now a working class person, and you're going to learn what that means. Right? If your speech is calling for the elimination of people based on race or gender or religious, for whatever reason, things that people can't change, then you should expect a violent reaction. Mm-hmm. And you deserve a violent reaction.
Be ready to be in Milwaukee for the DNC convention. We're going to make 1978 look like a Girl Scout cookout. The cops are going to be the ones that are getting beaten in Milwaukee.
Bernie's Field Man.
Yeah.
Why isn't this on the mainstream news? He wants to put rich people into gulags for no reason other than they're rich. Mm-hmm. This is Bernie Sanders. And he's got this guy on the payroll. So he's got to know what he thinks, I would think, after this point. Remember when Claire McCaskill was, rumored by Project Veritas? I think when that came out, that's how she lost to an excellent senator, young Josh Hawley. That guy's terrific. He's got a future, okay? He's a possible future candidate for president. He's a smart guy.
Yes, he is.
And he was a former, I didn't know this until I was watching the impeachment, he was a former intern to Judge Roberts, the head of the Supreme Court. How about that, huh?
I did not know that. Yeah.
And my brother used to interview him on a radio show. I think he had it in Springfield.
Yeah, KKID.
Right, and he was like an 18-year-old kid when he had Holly on. So,
wow.
All right, so we're back on the show, and I'm wide open, guys. Call the show 573-364-4433. Yeah. Oh, man, I don't know what happened. I just got into a different mood.
Hey, I was so poor, my house was 8 closed. forget about it.
You know, that's like when I was on the golf course and I was playing on Rollo's 11th hole, and I kind of hooked it into the street. So I didn't see any golfers, but I saw the cars coming, so I yelled out, "Ford!" And dang it, if I didn't hit, I hit a Chevy. It was Larry Hobbs.
Oh my God!
Is that incredible or what? So, anyways, let's see who this is. Come out there and kicker took us. Who is it?
You'll find out.
Oh, no! I hope I didn't offend this person. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. Is this the Godfather?
At least he's one of them.
Oh.
How are you doing today,
I'm
Mr.
doing
Lisa?
okay. Am I representing the Italian people okay?
Everything is okay.
Well, you know, everything is okay, except, you know what? A Sicilian just stood me up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
really?
DeAnna Lorraine is a Sicilian.
That's a beautiful thing.
And I know she wanted to be on the show because she responded to it. So, you know what? She's so busy, these gals that are running for office, they have other things and they forget stuff. But how do you forget? How do you forget me? You can't forget about me, right? That's my attitude.
You know, it's a no bigger thing. Forget about it.
Yeah, okay. For you, Godfather, only for you. All right.
I wanted to call you and say something that Monday is a National Holocaust Remembrance Day, and I would like to let everybody know, including you.
Well, thank you. That was very kind of you.
Well, God bless. And,
God bless you.
Remember, don't be a wiser guy. Listen to KKID.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
All right. Listen to that. A free ad right there. Thank you, Godfather. I appreciate that. You have a great weekend. All right. Stay out of forgive and forget, Godfather. That's what I always say to my Italian friends. Forgive and forget, especially when it concerns me. I'll get you the money, all right? I'll get you the money in a week. Ow, don't break my leg. I need it to work. All right. That's how you work drive-thru. You know, I run around the drive-thru like a crazy man.
Well, yeah, that's true.
All right, we're back on the show. We still got plenty of stuff to talk about. What you got?
I got this.
We will do what has never been done. Scan the household pet's mind to translate his thoughts into words. Now, the subject today will be my own dog, Max. Max, speak.
Woof, woof, woof. Hi, I'm Max. It's me, Max. I like Park and Leash, and I like Trump. He's my man. Donald Trump is our president. He carried the Electoral College fair and square.
This can't be right. Did you know your dog likes Trump?
He doesn't.
I absolutely do. Trump has issues, but one big change is better than business as usual. The Dow is up 2,700 points since he was elected. What's not to like?
I'm sorry, but you're just a dog. You don't know what you're talking about.
Excuse me, Helen, but yes, I do. Stinking helmet. Can't believe you put this on me.
I can't believe you're saying this. You're supposed to be my best friend.
And as your friend, I don't want to see your tax dollars going to health care for illegals.
Explode. What about his record on women's rights? Don't you want me to have a choice over my own body?
You didn't afford me a choice when you cut off my balls.
You know, it's funny, but every time the dog says something about that, I like cringe a little bit. You know, it kind of bothers me.
Yeah,
reminds me when I got a vasectomy, and a nurse was somehow she was helping, you know, and it was so painful. They said, no, you're not gonna. No, it's nothing. My God, I screamed several times, and finally they were done. I thought, oh man, I'm so happy this is over. And the nurse is there holding my you know what, and saying, no, we just did half. You have another half to go.
And I says, well, you know, and then she squeezed him. And oh my gosh, it hurt. I says, what the hell's going on? She says, well, you know why I did this? I says, no, nurse, why do you do this? Because I hate men.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you went to the wrong doctor.
Oh, man, I went to the
man.
wrong doctor. You know, it was horrible. True story, though.
That's great.
My wife doesn't believe this, but, you know. You gotta talk to the
don't
microphone.
believe it.
The microphone doesn't follow you.
There. Is that
It's not a
good?
camera.
Can you hear me?
Well, yeah, now.
Testing.
Now you can sit back and, go back into your...
I don't believe you.
Go play your little games on the internet.
I'm looking at house plans.
Elon, that's scarier than... Yeah, go play your games on the internet. Hey, Elon Musk, Tesla founder. His company's worth $100 billion. Suddenly the stock has gone up after a huge... And this guy's kind of wild. You know, he's like Virgin. The guy owns Virgin Airlines and Virgin... they're figuring out ways to go to outer space. And it's kind of neat, actually.
Yeah.
And he's a free-thinking, pot-smoking guy, you know. And so his company's now worth $100 billion.
Wow.
And after a certain period of time, maybe about 9 months... he'll get a $1 billion bonus. Okay? Not bad.
Well, until Bernie takes his company.
Well,
and
until
his
Bernie
money.
makes him go into a gulag and makes him break up rocks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? This is incredible.
Yeah.
Where is the mainstream media about this? Why isn't this being reported? See, this is Project Veritas. The mainstream media, this is where Laura Loomer got her training. Okay?
Right.
It's true stuff. And where is Fox News? Where's CNN? Where's MSNBC? I mean, Bernie's still a candidate, and right now he's a front runner. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
You know?
Of course, Bloomberg with his,
Well,
he's all his money.
Bloomberg is now in fourth place.
Yeah.
In the Democratic field, and they're all worried. I mentioned this a couple times last week, maybe even the week before, that this is the guy to watch. Because whether he's the candidate or not, he's going to be sort of like Soros. He's going to have a lot of influence because he's going to push a lot of money. Oh, yeah. And for some reason, he hates Donald Trump. Fellow billionaires in New York City, and he hates Donald Trump.
Well, he's a lefty, and that's what they want. So.
Well, but he was a Republican at one time. Donald Trump was a lefty at one time.
Yeah.
You know?
Weird.
Isn't it weird? He's become possibly the best conservative ever. You know? It is incredible. Anyways, we're back on the show, and I think maybe we're going to take another break. How's that? All right, call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Make the whole family happy by bringing home Lee's famous recipe chicken. Choose from one of our many different specials, like the 16-piece classic or breast strip family meal, to the 8 different daily lunch specials. Call today for your next catering at 573-364-9330 or visit us on the web at leesrolla.com or just stop by Lee's famous recipe chicken in Rolla at 1902 North Bishop Avenue.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax, and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Does your trip to the dentist office
office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit our website at forumdental.com.
Need to create a unique gift for your sweetheart? Want a gun, watch, engraved? Need a trophy gift or award? Go no further than Kent Jewelry, 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla. Call 573-364-1030 and take your bag of jewels to Kent and ask to have your jewelry If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050. Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Biden announced his candidacy on April 25th, 2019. The exchanges we laid out here in this segment occurred the following week. So now we have some questions. Number one, why wasn't the whistleblower concerned about Joe Biden overseeing Ukraine policy while his son was cashing in? Was it only troubling when Trump himself tried to get this thing investigated, this entire unsavory deal? Number two, why didn't this story ever run? Did Biden's team manage to put it down? Fearing blowback from his son Hunter's dirty dealings, maybe? There's a reason Adam Schiff and now Chuck Schumer fume, as they did tonight, over the very idea of Hunter Biden testifying. They know in their heart of hearts that Ukrainian corruption reached back all the way to the Obama administration, and they did nothing.
Personally, I think Hunter Biden is a pawn. Joe Biden is the guy to go after.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, he's a guy he's a problem kid, all right? Got bounced out of the military for not passing a drug test, and the guy's been, we all know that. And, I understand Biden trying to do good for his kids, but you don't threaten the country by litigated by in Congress to. Okay, you're with sponsoring Hunter Biden to the tune of $88,000 a month in Ukraine, or how about $1.5 billion in China? A part of that is our tax money, and a part of that is allowing the Chinese to stick it to us in the trade deals for billions of dollars every year.
That's right.
Okay, and Trump solved that problem. Well, they all know that Trump knows this, and they all know that they're going to be found out if they haven't already.
Yep.
And they got to get rid of this guy.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have his hand out.
Well, no.
Waiting for money from
he's
these
actually
countries.
doing the right things.
Exactly.
And he's not taking a salary for it, even.
That's right.
Okay, he's not enhancing himself. He's enhancing the average American.
Yeah.
He is going and fixing our allies to be good friends again. Israel, Britain, and the rest. I guess we have, that's the next interview, isn't it? I think. Yeah, I play this wonderful song, and we'll be talking to Dr. Amy here very shortly. If you can find it, I'm hopefully there.
Well.
What?
The computer's not working, so.
Okay, that's great. All right.
So I'll just talk to Amy. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Now it starts working.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dr. Amy.
Well, no worries. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Dr. Amy?
I cannot.
See, that something's wrong, Stan. You got to get this fixed.
That, but it's not my fault.
Yes, it's your fault. What are you talking about? Everything's your fault. Jeez. And nobody takes you know. This is we need to talk about this. People need to take responsibility, Dr. Amy. It's not my fault. It's a computer.
He's on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, we always pass the buck.
Oh, it stopped.
Now it stopped again. Okay, expert. It's not your fault, Dr. Amy. I will tell you that. Lisa? Yeah, there you go. Anyways, this woman is an expert on bad bosses. She's a singer and author, and she's a motivational speaker. She's a pixie pacer and a mirror aficionado. I mean, what a wide spread of likes and dislikes this woman has. She is very, very well-rounded. I mean, she's slim, but she's well-rounded. And she is the official shrink to me, on my show. Let's please welcome, and hopefully the computer worked for this, Dr. Amy Cooper Hakim.
Nope. It
doesn't work.
No.
All right, wait a minute.
Oh, well, there it goes.
All right,
sorry about that.
Okay.
No worries.
No idea.
All right, anyways. Hey, Steve, if you're listening to this, can you come up and fix that computer, for goodness sakes? All right, so Dr. Amy, what do you mean by self-care? We should have self-care, and why is it important?
Well, self-care takes on a number of different meanings depending on what that means to you in particular. So, for someone who needs extra sleep or time to exercise or a massage, there's different things that we can do just to remind ourselves that we take care of everyone else, but we also need to think about our own well-being. And that can be emotional, physical, whatever it is that we need in order to take that extra time to count and make ourselves know that we matter too.
So does that affect others? That if we take good care of ourselves, does that affect our relationships with
sure.
children, with friends, with their relatives?
A lot of times people are hesitant to take time for themselves because they feel that they have so many other obligations. Yeah. But we need to calendar that. We need to actually say, I'm going to take this 30 minutes for myself in order to make sure that I am able to be better and more available for those who matter. So, I don't know. I feel like I may have told you this before, but I happen to be very clean. I take 2 showers a day, and the reason is because that's the only time when my kids leave me alone. And so this started way, way back when the kids were young, and I'd say, I'm taking a shower now. I would run and take a beat. And sometimes we need that, and we need to have time off, and whatever that looks like. So, as a young mother, that was all I could do, was to get away. That way.
I'd hate to see your water bill. I hate to see your water bill. Man alive.
Well, no, but legitimately, that's what works for me. Other people go outside and.
So do your kids take 2 showers now? And Elad, Elad works out a lot, doesn't he?
He does. So that's his way of his self-care is exercising. My personal way that I, really enjoy is just having a massage or sitting in bed and watching a TV show. That to me is the unwinding way that I take care of myself.
Well, both my wife and I, my wife, broken humerus and all, we're going to go get a massage from my daughter after the show. That's what we do every Friday. And I'll tell you what. My daughter's strong, and when she massages you, you feel pain. I mean, when she first started doing it, I was screaming. like a scared little girl, and now I sleep through it. I sleep through it. Every once in a while, I wake up and
the best.
Oh my gosh!
Every Friday.
Yeah, every Friday, and she's probably saved my knees from being replaced. That's how good she is. She's helped my wife. Of course, I wish you would have massaged her so she didn't break her arm, but what are you going to do? Who said
When we let go of anger, we make room for our own happiness. That makes me angry, by the way. That makes me angry. I don't agree with this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'll tell you what, if I didn't get angry when I played football, I never would have played football. Because I wasn't hitting out of love of play. I was hitting because some schmuck hit me, and I was going to hit him back, and I was going to knock him down. Okay?
That's how you.
That's
right,
my mentality.
You channeled your anger and your aggression.
Oh, did I?
To become a great athlete. But I think that in order for us to remain positive and hopeful and ultimately productive in relationships, we have to recognize that people make mistakes. We have to recognize that whether intentionally or not, something's going to upset us. And if all we do is look for the negative and all we do is focus on this person did that to me and this person did this to me, and that's our approach and our angle in life, then we're going to come off as negative individuals, and we're not going to welcome some of that positive energy. I really believe that the way that we react and the way that the messages that we give off ultimately come back to us. And so if we're all able to learn from the negative experience, recognize that we don't want to place ourselves in a similar situation again so that we don't have that happen to us again. Or if we're facing something that we then have the coping skills or the strategy to, better deal with it so that it doesn't impact us so negatively, then we're able to move forward and wade through in a more positive way.
But happiness is to me based on somebody who comes after you, a bully, per se. And most of the people that come after me are bullies because I'm a short guy, I don't look like I'm tough at all. And happiness comes after I whoop them. I'm very happy about it, and I'm very happy about that. The fact that they deal with me with a little more respect than just coming over and knocking me on my butt. You see where I'm coming here? Okay, I understand your point, but there are certain. After that, we can be the best of friends, and we can all be happy. But when somebody takes advantage of you or somebody harms you, I think it's not the time to forgive unless they are apologetic. That's the time to use your anger to get even, and then be on the same level.
You've handled it however you wish. I don't ever condone physical violence, but let's say that you handle it whatever way works for you. Okay, whether it's talking through or however else, and you finish that episode.
Yeah.
If you continue to harp on that instead of letting it go, then that is ultimately going to eat you up. A lot of times when we forgive others, even though technically they're the ones asking for forgiveness, or perhaps not even asking for forgiveness, but the act of us doing the forgiving helps us to move on. So a lot of times we are actually forgiving for ourselves.
But it's got to be merited by somebody who is, even reluctantly so, willing to take the blame for stuff that happens.
Sometimes people won't. And you can live your
I've
life.
done that. I have done that, and I have very good friends who screwed me in the past, who are very good friends, but they apologized and they said, "You know what? I shouldn't have done that. And I'm sorry I did it to you."
People don't always apologize though, and sometimes life just sucks. And the question is, do we just dwell there?
That's so invigorating. I feel much better now. I got you thinking my way. That's wrong. I apologize. You know what? You're gonna get mad and take 3 showers today, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So when we pray, should we ask God for things, or should we praise Him and thank Him and ask Him for guidance to do the things that He admires?
I think there's time and place for both. When I open my eyes in the morning, the first thing that I do is I say thank you for giving me another day, and hope that I make it a good day and a productive day, and that I can notice what I should be grateful for. Sometimes some of the best things in life are those things that aren't slapping us right in the face that we have to look for. So,
how important is it to reach out to other cultures and religions?
I don't know. I mean...
No, you know everything. No, start over. I didn't hear that. Stan, could you cut that one up? Because she knows
not
everything.
Sure that's in her wheelhouse.
No, it's in your wheelhouse. It's somewhere there. I mean,
I have my own opinion. I think we should always be nice, and I think we should promote a positive way about ourselves so that we always set a good example, and that if anyone is going to label us,
I've probably messed with your mind a little bit, because I've gone from this angry person to somebody who wants to reach out to other people, which I do. I reach out to people. Okay, but you know, I mean, but I'm not. Some will say I'm not a nice guy. My wife, for example, she thought I was terrible. I don't know if she thinks I'm any better now.
You were. I was right.
40 years ago, right? When she was like 16, she worked for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just told everybody your age, but what the hell?
Oh, whatever.
So, but still, yeah, I was probably a little nastier back then. But you know what? I've almost gotten to 2 fist fights this year, and last year over 70. And I don't know how, you saw the tape of one of them. What was I supposed to do?
I did.
Kisses took us? I wasn't going to do that.
No, but I don't want you to misinterpret my message there. My message is not that you just say, oh, you're going to step all over me and I'm just going to smile and say life is good. No. I'm saying when the situation is over, once it has passed, that if you choose to harp on it, then it is on you.
Well, I'm talking about it because it's a life lesson.
You need to move forward. You need to make sure that you have whatever safety mechanisms in place, whatever psychological mechanisms in place. You need to know what to do if you are in a similar situation again, but you need to move beyond that. And if you live in the past, then you can't open up and have room for the future.
You know, sometimes when you get old and you haven't had you had memories of victories when you were younger, and maybe even defeats. You wonder if it ever happened, you know, and I was wondering if I ever played football in high school. Was I imagining this? So I went to a reunion, and boy, did I know that I played football. I mean, I had a bunch of people come up to me saying, oh, I hated you. You were horrible because every time you knocked me down, these were big guys. Every time you knocked me down, the coaches gave me hell. I mean, guys, I didn't even remember, but okay, I think about that, and that has formed my life. Because I had a very, very bad ego, no self-esteem, and the only self-esteem I had was being able to go out there and knock down a bigger guy. And I built into that, though. I mean, I took that and I built around it. I worked with it, and I still have anger. I mean, you can hear me on air. Ask your husband. I put him through the mill today, okay? But I get things out that maybe other people will argue about and come to a pretty good solution. Okay, that's my opinion.
No, but that's all great. But so let's say that you have it out. Even let's say you have a political discussion at a family dinner. We were talking about that, right? So let's say you have that. You're done. It's over. Yeah. Do you want to dwell on it, or after you talk about it on the show?
Well, I'm sure.
Do you want to say, let's think about the next thing? So that
you know what? You're 5 minutes
forward.
over. I'm enjoying this conversation, and you're 5 minutes over. I guess I would like to continue, but you know what? I think we got to stop. Hey, Dr. Amy, I think you should pay me for this session. I don't know. Dr. Amy, where can people find you?
Oh, man.
So my book, Working with Difficult People, is sold anywhere books are sold. It's also an ebook and audio format.
That's a bestseller, too, isn't it?
I'm sorry?
Isn't that a bestseller?
Thank you, yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, don't be so shy.
Lisa, I think we need to get that book.
Definitely.
Yeah.
My website is cooperstrategicgroup.com and amycooperhakim.com. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at Amy Cooper Hakim.
Well, I'm sure with your PhD that you probably know this, but how do vampires flirt?
How?
They bat their eyes.
Oh, I like that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Amy Cooper Hakim, who is going to go right now into her first or third shower. I don't know. She's going to take 3 showers today. That's all I'm going to tell you. Oh, my God. I can't stand that guy. Makes me furious. All right. Thank you so much. And,
thank you. Shabbat shalom.
And Shabbat shalom to you and your kids and your husband. All right. Thank you very much.
Got it. Take care.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
All right. That was pretty good. You got something for me?
Always fun.
Yeah.
I have a break, but you
I want something. You know with me. God. All right.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's see.
Here.
Starting this year, Toyota and Lexus luxury models will come with Amazon Alexa.
Alexa, turn on the AC.
Turning on AC.
Finally, a virtual assistant to help you navigate.
Alexa, where's the nearest gas station?
Nearest gas station in 1.5 miles.
And to help maintain your vehicle.
Alexa, order more brake pads.
Ordering new brake pads. Although maybe if you didn't stop so close to the car in front of you.
I left plenty of room.
You drive too aggressively.
If you were just quiet for 2 seconds.
She'll talk to you literally the entire time you're driving.
I think you should have turned back there.
I know where I'm going!
Hi. You know why I pulled you over?
No, officer, I have...
Because we were driving 72 miles per hour in a 45-mile-per-hour zone.
Anything else I should know?
2 miles back, we rolled through a stop sign without coming to a complete stop. Also, there are illegal fireworks in the trunk.
Sir, I'm going to need you to step out of the car, please.
Amazon Alexa. You'll never get away from her.
All right. Hello there. I'm back on the show, and I was just giving Stan some information. You know, I've never done the show without ears on.
Yeah.
And for a while there, I had my ears off. I was talking to Stan. I didn't realize that little bit was going to be over. But we need a song for Pastor Pat, and we had a suggestion by Randy, I think it was. Yeah, Randy Radio, which sounds like dirty radio to me. Well, that radio is just Randy. It's just Randy. You know, that's from... what was the guy's name? Michael, the guy that played the spy and all that stuff.
Oh, I don't know. What, in the movies or what?
Yeah. He played the spy, and he was a Brit. Michael something.
That funny guy.
Yeah, very funny. So you're just you want to get Randy with me? You know, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
He was pretty funny. Anyways, somebody will call and tell me. I don't know why. I could have remembered if I hadn't been doing almost 3 hours of radio live. All right, so where was I? What was I saying, Stan? Do you remember?
You were talking about getting a song for Pastor
Oh,
Pat.
yes, right. Thank you. When the Saints...
we got one for you.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, right here. Is this for you? Yeah.
What is it?
Well, let's see. It'll music words here in a second. Hold on.
Okay. You're putting him to sleep, Stan. Old man. You know, the only thing you got going for you is that you're like a couple years younger than me. And, you know, that's it. I mean, that's it. You know, you're younger than me. You always will be. So what are you going to do? All right. Okay, so I'm an old man. I don't mind that. I actually don't mind it. The key is to keep your relevance up. And the way to do that is to continue to do mental things and physical things and to get your rest, to deal with the challenges that happen when you get older. You know, the knees are beginning to go. And just figure out a way to fight that.
See, we have a different age, you know, but I already had my knees replaced in 06.
Yeah. And if I don't need to do it, I'm not going to do it.
I don't
All right. If I need to do it, I'll do it, you know. So anyways, we've got a caller. And
who's calling? KKID, who's calling?
Anyways, we're going to take a break very soon. In fact, why don't we do the break right now?
Okay.
Call the show. 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Reality check number 14. Getting a house loan shouldn't take longer than building your house.
At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We know you're anxious to start building your dream home, so we make loans quick and easy. We don't have to send off to some big city for a decision. Your decision is made here, and your loan stays here. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. The name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. Thousands of customers have done business with Muffler Mart because they do what they say they're going to do. Woo! The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Muffler Mart in Rolla.
How do you explain the joy of getting a small McCafe for only $2 from McDonald's? Well, it's like... Yeah, like that. Get a $2 small McCafe iced caramel macchiato or caramel frappe from McDonald's. Joy included. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Windows 7 will go end of life on January 14th, 2020 and become a liability to users. Computers running this unsupported operating system will become vulnerable to data breaches, ransomware, and other security threats. This fraud can cause major inconveniences and recovery costs, along with legal and regulatory liabilities. Call A1 Tecarala LLC at 573-458-9175 before it's too late, and your transition to a supported system will be made easy. 573-458-9175.
Start the year off right at Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla. You don't want to miss out on the New Year savings and all remaining 2019 cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Right now, save up to $9,512 on the all-new 2019 Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71, or choose 0% APR for 72 months on select 2019 Silverados. Come check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla. Chevy, find new roads.
Me on. Hi there. Yeah, by the way, it just froze up, Jesse. Okay.
That's why.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, yes. Okay, we're back on the show, and I've got me I've got a caller here. I don't know who this is. What's your name, Martin? Where are you calling from?
I'm Edgar Springs.
Okay. Were you listening? We called on you to call us.
Oh, I didn't hear you. No, I was. It's a long story short, but I've been really sick lately.
I'm very sorry about that.
And I just got out of bed to go to the doctor. So,
oh my goodness! All right.
Yeah.
Well, we played we played the Weinbaum Music Classics. You know, I know how you hate to miss that.
Oh yes, I mean, here I was nobody answers at 199 anymore, and it's all a mess. So
I'm so sorry. What is 199? Are you meaning 911 or I don't know? Is that a joke?
What? Wait a second. Is it 911?
Oh, see, there you go. There you go.
I accidentally hit the wrong button. This nasty lady got on there and told me where I should go for Christmas and all the other holidays. But hey, we're in Missouri.
Okay.
I was going to tell you.
Yeah.
Seriously, I was thinking about this, and it just keeps layering on itself. Because Nancy Pelosi was not going to do this. She just was not going to do it. And then all of a sudden, bang, it's like, she got hit by some arrow or something, and we've got to do this immediately. It wasn't a transition. It was boom, boom, and she's ready to kill him.
Yeah.
And as I sat down and thought about it, I realized certain things that were happening. I'm probably the last one to the table. But first of all, she realized he talked about CrowdStrike.
Yeah.
And if they get a hold of CrowdStrike, they're getting a hold of the whole
tell the people
Party.
what you think CrowdStrike is. What's
CrowdStrike was an attempt to take the emails and other things like that Hillary had, and to hide them and send them, just sort of get them away. And then having done that, they started also helping out with the attempt to influence the election. Okay, and you get your hands all over that, and you'll see that exactly who they're proclaiming that this president did. They did.
Well, let me. I'll tell you what. You don't have to hang up. Let me play these two extras, and you can comment on those too. Okay. We're going to make you an assistant radio talk show host. How's
all
that?
These companies are supporting the same candidate.
You have to be quiet.
Oh, wait a
minute. You have to be quiet, brother. You can't even hear this.
Without people's knowledge and without leaving a paper trail for authorities to trace.
15 million votes. Go back for us. What happened in 2016, and are you worried that big tech wants to put its finger on the scale in the upcoming 2020 election?
So I'm very worried that testimony that you just showed is Dr. Robert Epstein, who's a very respected academic. He's a psychologist, used to be the editor of Psychology Today. And he did an empirical study on Google in 2016, and on the search results they came back. And he was astonished by the results. He found that based on manipulated search outcomes, biased searched outcomes, that Google in 2016 shifted 2.6 million votes towards Hillary Clinton.
All right, we're back on the show. Did you get both of them in?
No, you want to get to the next one also?
You can't hear this, right?
I barely heard at the very end.
Right.
Or was it Cruz that was talking about Hillary?
Let me play the second one. I'll talk to you just very soon before the end of the show. All right, hit it.
By what you just played, which is if they do the same thing in 2020, which all indications are that they're going to, they could shift up to 15 million votes. It is terrifying that a handful of Silicon Valley billionaires that now control over $5 trillion of the American economy have no accountability and the ability to censor, to deceive, and to manipulate votes. And I think that's a threat to our democracy we need to take very seriously.
Well, let's not forget Michael Bloomberg, who is running for president, said that he's willing to spend up to $1 billion, even if he's not the nominee. He's already spent $217 million.
He's already spent, Bloomberg has already spent more than every other candidate combined. The two top spenders on the Democratic side are two gazillionaires, billionaires, who are just writing massive checks. And you know, that often is the case when you see.
All right, we're done with that, I guess. Hi, Martin, you still there?
Yes, I am.
You didn't hear that, but that was this Bob Epstein guy, Robert Epstein, who is a Hillary supporter, a big psychiatrist and all that, psychologist. And he says that the social media stole up to 2.6 million votes in the last election and steered them to Hillary. And in this next election, they are going to be able to steer up to 15 million votes to anybody they choose, and it ain't going to be Donald Trump probably, to anybody they want to without detection. That's huge.
Well, yeah, it is. And there's something that's that's going on here, though. Why did she rush to get this through? Why didn't she choose the normal route of appealing in court? Because she so wanted to tag him with this, and had they gone to court on some of this stuff, it could have been years, and they may not have been able to impeach him. So she went ahead and said, we'll just impeach him.
I got to go. All right, so we got like 15 seconds. Thank you so much, Martin, and thanks for hanging on. What do we got, Stan? About 15, 10? What is that, 10 or 15? All right, listen, everybody. Thank you so much. Stan is getting so quick with his hands, it's hard to tell. All right, listen to me. You have a great weekend. We'll fix the computer somewhere, and we'll be back with another edition of the Dave Weinbaum Show next week.
Home of your